The final week of the regular season begins tonight, and things are set up for a great finish for your Rangers. They control their own destiny with a 2.5-game lead in the West Division. Their remaining 7 games are at Globe Life Park, where they've been as hot as any team in the league. And they begin the homestand with their rock, Colby Lewis, on the mound. The big week begins with a 3-game series against the Detroit Tigers. Fox Sports Southwest presents the Texas Rangers run for the West title next. Texas Rangers baseball is presented by AT&T UVerse TV. There's a bit of fall in the air here tonight at Globe Life Park. Rangers, though, have some homework to do before they can get their ticket punched to the October dance. Tonight, it's the first of 3 between the Rangers and the Detroit Tigers. And the American League West looks like this. At the start of play tonight, the Rangers 3 games up on the Astros in the loss column, 2.5 in the game behind column. The Angels 3 back, and the Angels will come in later on this week. But the Rangers have everything right in front of them. It's up to them how far they can go this year. Welcome in, everyone, along with Tom Grieve, Steve Busby. Glad you could join us tonight. Rangers excited about being back home, and what they have in front of them is a good week of baseball to play. And tonight, a great pitching matchup to start things off.
It's a great pitching matchup, and we've seen it in Detroit earlier in the season, and it was a terrific matchup that night. Colby Lewis bested Justin Verlander 2-0 in that game. He didn't give up an earned run in 7 innings. Verlander only gave up 1 earned run. Verlander's pitching probably his best baseball of the last 2 years right now. Colby Lewis has always been the guy you want to have the ball late in September in the postseason. He's had 3 straight starts with a total ERA of 171. One of them was a complete game shutout. So both these guys are on a good roll. They had a great matchup in Detroit. I would expect the same thing tonight.
Yeah, a couple veteran right-handers. They know what it takes to get here. They know what it takes to win here. So it should be interesting tonight. The Rangers, Derek Holland and Mitch Moreland and company getting set to take on the Detroit Tigers. We're back with the starting lineups and the first pitch right after this. It's brought to you by your Texas Ford dealer. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer today. Ford is the best in Texas. By AT&T UVerse TV. UVerse has more live TV channels on the go than cable. And by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. The Rangers back off a 6-game road trip, and they are having a good time in their dugout. You can tell that Elvis Andrus and Prince Fielder and company are loose and ready to go. They understand that the 7 games coming up here at home are going to determine if they get in to the postseason and where exactly they will be in the postseason. That's a good feeling knowing they have their whole thing right in their hands. They take the field now, and before we get things started, let's head down and check in with Emily Jones.
Well, Buzz, it all starts on the mound for these Texas Rangers, and tonight it is Colby Lewis going for his 18th win of the season. The old guy's still got it. Here's what his battery mate has to say about what's key for him and what's been key for him in his last few starts.
His slider command is, I think, the key for everything for him. If he can command that pitch on the outside part of the plate, he's going to be really tough to hit. It's such a late, deceptive pitch. You know, it's one of those things that even when everybody knows he's going to throw it, you know, you still can't quite catch up to it.
And what's been so neat to watch about Colby the last few starts is that it's almost like a switch has gone off and his instincts take over. Those postseason playoff type instincts that we've seen Colby have when the Rangers have made their postseason runs. He wants to be a part of that. Again, a win tonight would go a long way toward that, Buzz.
All right, Ed, thank you. I'm sure his teammates feel exactly the same way. They would love to have that W column lit up tonight by Colby. Well, Tom's going to tell you about the Detroit Tiger lineup that will face Colby Lewis.
Well, Anthony Gose is the center fielder. He'll lead off. He has 21 stolen bases, tied for 8th in the American League. Tyler Collins is the second hitter, followed by Miguel Cabrera at first base. Victor Martinez will be the cleanup hitter. He's the DH. J.D. Martinez, third in the American League with 15 outfield assists in addition to the great offense. Nick Castellanos is the third baseman. Batting seventh is James McCann, the catcher, third in the American League with 23 runners caught stealing. Andrew Romine will bat eighth, and Dixon Machado is the shortstop. He'll bat ninth.
And that lineup put forth by Brad Ausmus will face the 36-year-old right-hander Colby Lewis. Our progressive scouting report tells you that Colby has won his last 3 starts very convincingly. He has been rock solid. 17 wins this year, already the most by a right-hander for the Rangers in the last 6 years. Great command of the slider. You heard Chris Jimenez talk about that. Spotting the fastball very well also. That is a tough tandem if you're an opposing hitter against Colby Lewis, especially if you're a right-handed hitter. So ready to get things underway. Rangers come into play tonight. 84 and 71. The first pitch is smoked right down to Mitch Moreland, who steps on first for out number 1.
Right, threw him a low fastball for a strike. The first pitch, Ghost hit it solidly, but he pulled it right straight to Mitch, so 1 pitch, 1 out. Great start for Colby.
And if you're going to have a ground ball at somebody, that's not a bad spot to go with it.
Nope, he's not going to miss many of them.
Ball hit hard, but there's been a guy there for about 145 years.
Some of them can't catch it quite as
That's
well
true.
as Mitch, though.
Very true.
We've got the right one there.
No, 1 out. And here is Tyler Collins now, left-handed hitting outfielder. 1 ball, no strikes. Collins, a .260 average, 3 home runs, 17 driven in. He's been up and down with the Tigers a bit this year. Fouls it back. It's a ball and a strike. Tigers come into play tonight. The top hitting team in the American League. They are first with a .271 team average. They're second with a .327 on base percentage. Now try and figure this one out. They're 10th in runs scored.
Wow.
They've been doing a lot of hitting, but not a lot of crossing home plate. Ground ball pulled, foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I'm not sure I've ever seen a disparity like that.
Yeah, generally you would equate the high average, high on base percentage to a team that scores a lot of runs.
Yeah.
They don't hit a lot of home runs. And chances are they don't hit a whole lot with men in scoring position.
Broken bat roller out to Elvis Andrews on the first base side of second. That was out number 2. And we'll take a look at the rest of the Ranger defense delivered to you tonight by Chicken Express. Outfield, see Josh Hamilton back in left field tonight. He'll be out there. The liner to Shields in center. Shin-Soo Choo and right. Rangers, the most double plays turned in the American League this year, 163. We've seen Moreland, Odor, Andrews, and Beltre on the infield with Chris Jimenez behind the plate. No 2 ground balls, 2 outs here in the first inning. And Miguel Cabrera, league's leading hitter, a .337 average, takes strike 1. And anytime you put Miguel Cabrera along together with the Texas Rangers, there's going to be some noise. And it usually is the sound of the bat hitting the ball sharply. Cabrera is a .390 career hitter against the Rangers. Colby, if you can keep the slider out there, Cabrera's going to have a hard time doing much with that. Here are the numbers overall for Cabrera. 70 ball games. He has driven in 67 with a dozen home runs. Pitch a little bit high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now, Cabrera probably feels a little bit more like a man on an island as you get a look at the Ranger defense. The offense around him has kind of collapsed. And he has gone on strikes. Colby keeping it down and away. Cabrera couldn't do a thing with it. 3 up, 3 down, an impressive start for Colby Lewis and the Rangers. After a half inning, no score.
Pretty much the standard Ranger lineup. Delano DeShields will lead off. Shin-Soo Choo, a .488 hitter in his last 11 games, bats second. Prince Fielder, the DH, will bat third, followed by the cleanup hitter, Adrian Beltre, who's knocked in 25 runs this September. Mitch Moreland will hit fifth. Josh Hamilton gets the start in left field. He'll bat sixth. Elvis Andrus is the shortstop. Rougned Odor will bat eighth. And the catcher, Chris Jimenez, will bat ninth.
And that lineup tasked tonight with facing the 32-year-old right-hander, Justin Verlander. He's healthy once again, 100% healthy according to him. That's not good news for hitters around the league. 4 quality pitches, and he commands them with well above average ability. And he deals strike 1 to Delano DeShields. And Verlander 10 quality starts in his last 12 outings, and that's not a stat I normally am too likely to use very much. But when it comes to Verlander, it's important because his quality is quality by any definition. Delino, a .260 hitter, a couple of home runs, and 35 driven in. Verlander's 0-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One report we did have on Verlander that was a little bit different is he started throwing a few more sliders. That was a pitch he had pretty much gotten rid of from his main part of his repertoire. Gone more with a curveball, but he's back to throwing more sliders. And the pitch gets in a little bit on Delino, and he pops one to right. J.D. Martinez handles that for out number 1. No Delino, first out of the ballgame. Shin-Soo Choo coming up. We'll take a look at the rest of the Tiger defense behind Justin Verlander here this evening. You saw J.D. Martinez in right. Anthony Gose in center. Tyler Collins is in left. J.D. Martinez, the 15 outfield assists. That's second among American League right fielders. Cabrera, Romine, Machado, and Castellanos on the infield with James McCann catching. Shin-Soo Choo takes high for ball 1. Choo at .275 for the year. 20 home runs, 77 driven in. Just .236 against Verlander, but 55 at bats. So they are pretty familiar with each other. Good to rip on a fastball, but it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Rangers now back-to-back games facing Dallas Keuchel yesterday and Justin Verlander here this evening, facing 2 of the best in baseball. Battled Keuchel pretty well yesterday. Had a couple of chances early in the game to get to him. They didn't, and he did. He got to the Rangers after that. 2 balls and a strike. Choo on the just completed road trip, he had .348, 8 for 23. Scored 7 times, drove in 8. Pulled on the ground to Romine at second. 2 gone.
That looked like the slider or maybe a cutter that he threw. Everything else was a fastball. Got in on Choo just a little bit. Jammed him with it.
Well, here's former Tiger Prince Fielder stepping in. Fielder, a .304 average overall. 22 home runs, 91 driven in. Prince 7th in the American League batting race. One ball, no strikes. Fielder, 8 at bats against Justin Verlander, no success. 0 for 8. 91 RBI season. One of just 9 players, active players, with at least 90 RBI in 7 seasons. Pop foul, that will be back into the seats. And the count evens at 1 ball and a strike. Great night out here at Globe Life Park. Temperature in the low 80s. Gentle breeze drifting from the left field corner toward the right field corner. Clouds off in the distance, providing a great backdrop for the folks out here at the ballpark tonight. 1-1 pitch from Verlander. Now 2-1. Talk about the Rangers' offensive success. Go back over the last 12 ball games. That was this last road trip plus 6 games in the last homestand. The club has hit .303 and scored 82 runs. That's almost 7 runs per game. 3-1. The Fielder in a pretty good hitter's count. 3 balls and a strike. Trying to get aboard here in the first. Adrian Beltre will follow in the order. See if Prince gets a fastball from Verlander to work with. He did. It was a little elevated. 3-2.
Verlander's thrown almost all of the pitches have been fastballs. He's thrown a couple of sliders or cutters, 84, 85 miles an hour, but pretty much he's establishing his fastball so far.
Verlander to the wind, the payoff pitch. Lost him. The fielder trots down to first, the 2-out walk, and Adrian Beltre coming up. Beltre will step in batting at .279 for the year. 16 home runs, 70 RBI, and he is still second in Major League Baseball in RBI this month. He has 25 September RBI this year. Nolan Arenado is going completely crazy for the Colorado Rockies, has 31. And Adrian, 40 RBI in his last 41 ball games. A pinkish hue out there beyond the Texas flag. Great backdrop for baseball here tonight. Nothing and 1 to Adrian. Beltre also had a great road trip. Hit .333 going 8 for 24. You see the numbers since the start of 2013 against the Tigers. Beltre a .433 average. Popped him up. Out behind second base. Romine, the second baseman, making the call. Puts it away, and that'll do it. Rangers get a walk, but strand a runner. We played one at Globe Life Park. It's the Rangers nothing and the Tigers nothing. Third of the Tiger order, Victor Martinez, J.D. Martinez, and Nick Castellanos to face Colby Lewis. Victor Martinez handling the designated hitter's chores as he usually does. He's started occasionally at first base. .243 average for the switch hitting veteran. And he takes ball 1. Victor Martinez, 11 home runs and 64 driven in. And he is one of several Tigers who have impressive career numbers against Colby Lewis. Victor Martinez, a .450 lifetime hitter. But as we say, those numbers paint a big mural, and we have a snapshot here tonight. This is not your normal Colby Lewis. This is not your normal Texas Ranger club, or what it has been in the past. So those stats may or may not indicate what's going to happen.
Yeah, and Victor Martinez is having, I guess you'd have to say for him, a down year. Last year he hit .335, hit 32 home runs, and knocked in 103 runs. One of his best seasons ever. The thing I like about his season last year, Buzz, last year, I don't know if you'll see this very often in current baseball. He walked 70 times and only struck out 42 times. So he hit 32 home runs and only struck out 42 times.
That's amazing.
And there's a few hitters that strike out 42 times a month.
Yeah.
Not quite, but close.
Foul back, the count is full. Yeah, not too far off from that. You're right. He's striking out 210 times in a season.
Some of them, the only reason they don't strike out 240 times is because they get benched at the end of the year, so it can't happen. But Martinez has had some injuries this year, too.
Payoff pitch from Colby. Line to left center field. That is down for a hit. Victor Martinez continuing his hot hitting against Colby Lewis. A leadoff single here in the second. And J.D. Martinez will come up. First base hit of the night for either ball club. J.D. Martinez having a solid year for the Tigers. .283 with 37 home runs and 98 RBI. Just 3 for 6 against Colby with a home run. J.D. Martinez up among the league leaders in a lot of offensive categories. He has been a great compliment to Miguel Cabrera in the middle of that order. Swinging, strike 1.
Well, as you had mentioned when we first started tonight about the Tigers' batting average, on base percentage, and how it hasn't correlated to runs scored.
Right.
I was trying to look to see if there was anything that stood out as a reason for that. I couldn't find anything because, well, I found a couple of things. One thing, though, they hit .267 with men in scoring position, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
That wouldn't cause it to happen. They're near the bottom in home runs. And the only other thing was they hit into the most double plays. Right. So that might thwart a few rallies. But other than that, it's hard to come up with a reason why they wouldn't be at least in the top 5 or 6 in runs with one of the best on base percentages.
The one thing you might look at too, the correlation between that and overall team speed. Don't have a lot of guys that run. That might be a double play. If Elvis can turn it, Odor to first. 6-4-3. Rangers do it better than anybody in the American League.
And the Tigers are right there with them. They turn a lot of them too. Well, let me check that out, Buzz. Let's see what we come up with that. I'll look at stolen bases. They're kind of in the middle of the pack there. But it also translates going first to third, scoring from second on a single, scoring from first on a double. Team speed in that regard does come into play for sure.
And they've got their team speed is pretty much confined to Rajai Davis and Anthony Gose anymore. Kinsler doesn't run nearly as much as he used to. So you've got the majority of the stolen bases tied up with 2 guys. And one of them doesn't play every day.
Right.
Well, 2 outs here, thanks to the 2-ball. And here's Nick Castellanos.
There's Ian.
There's Ian on the bench.
Not playing today. He's getting the night off.
Twins having a good year.
Yeah, he's had a great month. Last month or 6 weeks.
Castellanos, that .256 average. 15 home runs, 72 driven in. This is second major league campaign. He gets straightened up by a Lewis fastball. Castellanos still just 23 years old. He has been swinging the bat very well the last month or so. He's hit about .311. Checks his swing on a pretty good slider. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Colby waiting for Castellanos to get back in the box. Now everybody's set. The 2-2 offering. Hit well to left field. Hamilton going back. Has a bead drawn on it. Josh reaches up and hauls it in just before he gets to the warning track. No runs, a hit, and the double play took care of that. After 1.5, no score at Globe Life Park.
Guest tonight, Dallas Regional Chamber welcomes the CEO of North America Toyota. That's right, it's Jim Lentz in the stands. I love that Ranger shirt on you, Jim.
Thank you, sir.
Making the big move from California to North Texas. You got the plant going on in Plano. Talk about that, Jim.
It's exciting. I mean, it's about 2 million square feet. We're under construction. Steel's going up, and we should be in there probably first quarter 17. We're really thrilled to be here.
Unbelievable state-of-the-art facility, like 7 buildings?
About 7 buildings. It'll be a platinum certified LEED, so we're going to add a little bit of that environmental touch. And we've got about 400 folks here now, and they are excited to be in Texas.
Now talk about the transition. What can folks expect to see, Jim?
Well, I think you're going to see good partners in the community. You know, we believe in being a big part of the overall community, so we're gonna tie ourselves in. A lot of volunteer work from our folks, but I can tell you, people are thrilled to be here in Texas.
All right, Jim. Well, good to have you out here. I know I'll let you root the Rangers on, and you know you're with a pretty big guy right there. That's the boss guy, John Heinke, right there.
He's a tough guy.
He is. Look how dapper he looks tonight,
he
huh?
guarantees a sweep.
Oh, really? I like the way you're talking, John. All right, appreciate it. Thank you, Jim. Nice seeing you. Appreciate it, bud.
All right, Knoxie. Well, Mitch Moreland leading off the Rangers' second inning. He's ahead of the count now, 3 balls and no strikes. Mitch at 281, team leader with those 23 home runs and 84 driven in. And Verlander pumps in the strike. It's 3-1. Mitch already with a career high in RBI. Matter of fact, 24 RBI above his previous career high this year. He has tied his home run high. Ooh, he had a good rip at that fastball and fouled it straight back. It's a full count. Well, Moreland trying to get aboard to start the Rangers' second. He'll be followed by Josh Hamilton. Moreland coming off the road with a 292 average on the 6 games. Verlander's payoff pitch. Boy, early going, Tom, you mentioned it. Verlander in love with that fastball tonight. He's very comfortable throwing it.
He's going right after him with that fastball. They haven't all been perfect pitcher's location either. He's pretty much saying, here it is, you guys, if you can hit it.
Another 3-2 coming to Moreland. Popped him up.
A lot of high fastballs. Rangers a little bit late on it.
The shortstop, Machado, on the only Tiger on that side of the infield, had a long way to go, and he was able to get there in time to put it away for out number 1. Verlander, fastball after fastball, got the pop up. 1 gone. Josh Hamilton now will come in. Josh making his second start since coming back from the arthroscopic knee surgery. That was left knee scoped back on the 11th of the month. It was after the first pitch and a little 2-hopper down to Miguel Cabrera. That is out number 2.
He wasn't, however, going to throw Josh a fastball on the first pitch. Took a little bit off that one. Kind of a tap it to first base.
Yeah, one thing we know that Verlander hasn't lost is smarts. He knows what he's doing. Now 2 gone. Here's Elvis. Andrews steps in, hitting at 258. 7-59 for Elvis, providing a lot of pop at the shortstop spot the last 2 months especially. 1 ball and no strikes.
Yeah, and on a team with a lot of good hitters, Elvis leads the team in doubles with 32. A lot of those doubles have been because he has driven the ball off center field. There's the slider you're talking about, Buzz, that he's throwing a little bit more, evidently, than he does his curveball now.
Yeah, it looks like it's kind of a hybrid slider. It's not
Slurve?
really. Maybe a slower cutter type slider. I remember before, one of the reasons he had stopped throwing the slider as much is he had a little bit of an elbow problem that he didn't want to take away from his other pitches. He stopped throwing the slider as much, and he may have adjusted the grip a little bit. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Elvis. Took something off that. That was the curveball.
Yeah, that's the breaking ball, curveball.
2-2 now. Elvis, along with the 2 doubles on that just completed road trip, drew 3 walks also. That's another thing he's starting to do a little more frequently. Verlander rocks to the wind. The 2-2 pitch. Up the middle. That is headed for center field. And Elvis with the first Ranger base hit of the night. Aboard with 2 outs. Well, one thing that Elvis has always done throughout his career is hit good pitching very well. Remember some of the better pitchers around. David Price comes to mind, and
Jared Weaver.
Elvis just wear him out, and Verlander fits in that category too. Maybe not wearing him out, but doing better than most would.
They got a pretty good pitch to hit. It looked like he hung that slider right out over the plate. Elvis went back through the middle with it.
Well, Elvis aboard with 2 outs. See if he has his running shoes on. Verlander has been, over the course of his career, relatively easy to run against. But Tom, you mentioned that fact of James McCann behind the plate, a very good catcher as far as throwing is concerned.
Yeah, he has thrown a lot of runners out.
It might not be as easy a touch as it used to be. Of course, getting on against Verlander the rest of his career was the hard part. James McCann, 36% success rate, and today that's very good. No longer do you see guys throwing out 50% of opposing base runners. And Rugnet, first ball swinging, pops it up. Castellanos in foul territory makes the catch. That will do it. Rangers get a 2-out hit, but strand their second runner of the night. After 2, Rangers nothing, Tigers nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. Is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer today. Ford is the best in Texas. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Well, great night out here at Globe Life Park. As a matter of fact, this whole week promises to be weather-wise outstanding. So make your plans to come on out and watch some Ranger baseball as they finish off the regular season and head toward the postseason. James McCann starting things off here in the 3rd inning. Bottom 3rd of the Tiger order. McCann, Romine, and Machado to face Colby Lewis. Colby gets that breaking ball in. 1 ball and 1 strike. McCann, a .267 hitter. 7 home runs and 38 driven in. Last 8 ball games, a bit of an offensive struggle. That's off the end of the bat and fouled out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Again, the heir apparent to Alex Avila, the catcher for the last several years with the Tigers. Avila has been battling some injuries off and on this year. Colby gets the punch out. 1 gone. That's strikeout number 2 for the Ranger right-hander.
Well, that's the slider, and that worked exactly like Chris Jimenez said it does when he talked to Emily before the game. It's a sharp breaking pitch that breaks late, and it's the kind of pitch when it's down and away, even if you've seen it and know it's coming, it's very hard to identify it. And when he keeps it down there in that kind of a location, it's a lot of swings and misses. Already seen Miguel Cabrera go down on strikes on the same pitch.
Andrew Romine takes strike 1. Romine, a switch hitter. .259 average. Looping drive. Rudin can't quite get it. It's into right center for a base hit. Odor was shading Romine around to the right a little bit toward the hole. And the ball not hit sharply, but Odor had a long way to go and came up just a little short.
He didn't hit it all that well. It looked like Rudnick might catch up with it, but he missed it by about a foot. Couldn't quite get to it.
Needed a first baseman's glove.
Yeah.
Would have gotten it that way. Oh, 1 on, 1 out. Dixon Machado now, the shortstop. Takes a breaking ball for strike 1. Machado in his second tour of duty with the Tigers this year. Came up for his major league debut earlier in the season. Got his first major league hit on the 27th of May as the Tigers were playing against Oakland. Elvis can't get it, just out of his reach into left field.
Yeah, a couple of feet in one direction or the other, and it's 3 up, 3 down.
Looked like Elvis got just the tip of his glove on that one.
Boy, that's about as close as you can come.
Yep, sure is.
And not catch it. Right off the top of his glove.
Well, a couple of dying quails that got in. 4 base hits. Elvis going to get a little rosin on that glove hand of his. So 2 on, 1 out. Back to the top of the order, Anthony Gose. Gose hit the ball sharply, but right at Mitch Moreland at first. In the first. Bluffs a bunt that has Beltre coming down the line from third of it. But it's ball 1. Gose, a tough guy to double up. He is a speed burner in that leadoff spot. Jimenez flashed the signs out. Gose waiting. Ball 2. Gose this year has grounded into 9 double plays. That's in 470 at bats. Not been faring well though the last 3 games. Just an 0.77 mark for Gose. Gose chatting briefly with Bruce Dreckman, the home plate umpire. 2 on with 1 out. Scoreless ball game here in the top of the 3rd inning. Andrew Romine at second base. Dixon Machado at first. And Colby Lewis set to go. Runners on the move. The pitch is a ball. The throw is late. And a double steal puts runners at second and third. So Romine swiping third. Machado swiping second.
Romine really didn't have that big a lead. Elvis was right behind him, holding him on the bag, so he couldn't get too far off. But he had kind of a running lead. Had a good jump. Didn't need the big lead.
Well, 3 balls, no strikes to count. Now with Gose up there, the Ranger infield pulled all the way in with runners at second and third. As Colby deals a strike at the knees.
See, he's not that far off the bag, but he's got a running start.
Yeah. He read Colby's move, or Colby's head turns very well.
Yeah.
Colby got into the checking one and once and go to the plate.
Yeah, he had him timed.
3-2 now. Well, Colby's put himself in a position where he can go for the strikeout of Gose if he chooses. Gose just 16% of the time successful this year. Less than 2 outs and that runner at third. Crowd now starting to get into it. Colby with a payoff pitch. Line foul. Knocked down Andrew Romine. Like a nosedive right into the dirt.
Now, Gose is a kid. He struck out 134 times, so if he does strike him out, it won't be the first time Gose struck out. A good hard slider down and in. 3-2 count. See which way Colby wants to go with it.
Colby leaning in for the sign is ready. Another 3-2. Got it. Good call, Tom.
Yep. They had first base open, so he could afford to try to keep it a little bit out of the strike zone. And that pitch has struck out a lot of left-hand hitters over the years for Colby. Boy, that one came at a great time. Second and third and 1 out. You see it go most of the way. It looks like it's almost in the same spot. And then right at the end, that sharp break to it brings it a little bit in, a little bit down, and goes right underneath the bat.
Well, 2 very big outs now. Tyler Collins, the left-handed hitting left fielder, is up. And even though you have first base open, this is one left-hander that Colby is going to go after. chopper foul. Reason being, the guy in the on-deck circle you do not want to have to deal with, and that would be Miguel Cabrera.
Yeah, you don't even think first base is open in this situation.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Collins had a ground ball to short his first time up there. So 0 for 1 tonight. 258 average facing Colby. Colby still going to work from the stretch with runners at second and third. Back to the plate. And again, a foul ball.
A lot of times with that pitch, that's what happens if you make contact with it. You make fairly solid contact, but based on where the pitch is and the fact that you're a little bit out in front of it, you do pull it foul.
That's a good way. A guy like Colby will get a hitter to swing at those pitches. It's an easy way to get a couple of strikes.
Yeah, get ahead in the count.
Yeah. Now you got the entire plate opened up to you. 0-2. Tried to go down and in with a slider. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Collins with 3 home runs, 17 driven in. That's 7 ball games. At 174 average. Pretty indicative of how things have gone for a lot of the Tiger hitters. Crowd applauding for Colby. The 1-2 pitch. We'll come back and try it one more time.
And Collins doesn't walk a lot. He's only walked 10 times. 177 at bat. So he's going to be up there swinging at anything close with 2 strikes.
Outfield plays Collins just about straight away. The infield around to the right with Elvis almost right behind the bag at second. Chris Jimenez flashing the signs out. Colby picks one out he likes. Another 1-2 pitch. Hit him.
Wow.
Got that fastball up and in. It gets Collins. It loads the bases and brings up Miguel Cabrera.
Boy, he had him right where he wanted, and then one got away from him. Not a bad idea to try to go up and in and get him to swing at that high fastball. Just didn't throw it where he wanted to. Luckily, Collins is able to turn out of the way and catch it on the back, kind of a glancing blow. Goes up in the danger zone.
Looked like Colby was trying to throw that comeback fastball. Started off the plate inside and tailored back to the inside corner. And it just started right at Collins and stayed right there. So now Colby's got his hands full. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Miguel Cabrera struck out the first time on sliders. And you can't get him to swing at it in the first pitch here.
Yeah, this would be a little bit different challenge for Colby because he's a different hitter right now than he was the first time up with nobody on. Now he's been at bat once, he's seen the slider, and now the bases are loaded. So he's got a different sense of concentration right now. Well, maybe he doesn't. I guess he can concentrate all he wants and still have a hard time hitting that pitch.
Yeah, if you're going to swing at it, that's going to be a hard thing to do anything with. I think he got tricked into it's a fastball count.
Yeah, I think he thought that's exactly what it was going to be.
And you saw the career numbers for Cabrera with the bases full. A little daunting if you're a pitcher to look at that. Out of play to the right. 1 ball and 2 strikes now.
Well, he's saving his very best sliders so far for Cabrera. Most of them have been tempting enough to swing at, but tough enough location. Nothing he could do with them.
Cabrera, very much a run producer. That 365 average with runners in scoring position would tell you. And this crowd making some noise at Globe Life Park. All in support of Colby Lewis as he deals with Cabrera. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Little tapper foul. Boy, Cabrera, very rare do you see him have, it's been 7 swings now like this.
I think that just goes to what Chris Jimenez was saying about well-located sliders from Colby Lewis. It's just a very tough pitch. I mean, you can make a case that the best hitter in baseball is at bat right now. There's obviously some contenders for that name, but over the last 5 years, you'd be hard-pressed to find someone who's been better than he is.
And the crowd, some standing, all applauding. Colby sets.
He laid off. That's exactly where the other ones have been. He laid off that one. I guess if you're Colby and Chris Jimenez now, it's, do you keep throwing the exact same pitch or do you try to show him something a little different?
You got to go with what got you here, that slider, and make sure you get it out there.
Yeah. Let's see.
2-2. Wouldn't offer that time. That wasn't quite close enough. So it's a full count. And with 2 outs, all the runners will be off and moving with the pitch. Romine, Machado, and Collins, third, second, and first. If Cabrera keeps this inning going, and Victor Martinez in the on-deck circle. Colby dangling his arm down by his side as he leans in. Right-hander sets. Runners on the move. Payoff pitch. Lost him. Ball 4. And the fastball up and in, and the Tigers take the lead on the bases loaded walk to Cabrera. That forces in Romine, and it gives the Tigers a 1-0 lead. Mike Maddox out to the mound. Have a little chat with Colby. See if he can refocus and go after Victor Martinez, who over the years has been as much a match for Colby Lewis as Miguel Cabrera has, statistically anyway. Speaking of Colby, how about our Kubota Power Stats tonight? Career high 17 wins this year. That's 5th in the American League. And he is just short of 200 innings. His career high 201 back in 2010. Well within reach tonight. Two of the 4 Rangers' complete games this year on the resume of Colby Lewis.
Well, the bases loaded, you almost have to pitch Cabrera that way. Obviously don't want to walk him, but the pitch Colby will think about is the one that hit Tyler Collins. That's the guy he was trying to get. A guy who had not been a hot hitter right now, and a guy who, if Colby makes his pitches, has probably got a great chance to get him out. That set the stage, and definitely don't want to give Cabrera anything to hit with the bases loaded.
And Colby pumps in strike 1 to Victor Martinez. Martinez lined a single to left center field his first time up. 244 the average for the switch hitting DH. This year 6 out of 11 in bases loaded situations. 0-1. On this inning, it looks like the fastball command has been a little bit off for Colby. Hit Collins with a fastball. Missed with the fastball to Cabrera by quite a margin on 3-2. To center field, Delino to Shields. To his left, makes the catch, and that will do it. Well, the damage minimized, a run on 2 hits, and 3 are left. And Delino to Shields will be among the do-ups for the Rangers as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Tigers leading 1-0. Season giveaway this year. That happens tomorrow night. The first 15,000 fans will receive a Yu Darvish gnome thanks to Nitto Tire. Get online at TexasRangers.com. Get your tickets for the last giveaway of 2015. Now the Rangers find themselves trailing 1-0. They come to bat here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Chris Jimenez to start things off, then back to the top of the order for Delino to Shields and Shin-Soo Choo. Justin Verlander pumps in strike 1 to Jimenez. Chris, a .264 average. 5 home runs, 14 driven in. Chris had his 5-game hitting streak snapped in yesterday's ball game. Took an 0 for 2. Still, he has reached base safely in 11 of the 13 starts, as you can see. Verlander rocks to the wide, the 1-1 pitch. Chris making his 33rd start behind the plate here tonight. He's 23-5 in his ground ball, cut off by Castellanos. That is out number 1.
The center fielder, Delino.
Jimenez grounds out. Delino to Shields coming up. Let's check in with Emily Jones.
Well, Buzz, the struggles of this team at home early in the season were well documented, but they have turned things around quite dramatically, and this home crowd is something now these Rangers are thriving on.
Second half, we've been playing really good at home, and to be in the position we're in now and to get to finish at home, I think is huge. And, everybody's really excited to be finishing the season here in front of our fans and stuff. So, just got to continue to take it a day at a time and just continue to have fun.
And this has been a team that's been able to balance that sense of urgency with the keeping it light. You could see it in the clubhouse today. A lot of hijinks was still going on, even though the games are winding down and each one of them holds more importance. This is a team that's been able to turn the page on losses and not dwell on wins either. Just truly take it one game at a time, even though it sounds like a cliche, and maybe it is, but it's something this team's been able to do really well, Buzz.
Yeah, good point, Sam. It certainly is. They have been very focused, and the task at hand has made that necessary. And the results speak for themselves. This ball club has turned the entire season around in the last month and a half. 3 balls and no strikes to Delino. 77 runs this season. 3rd most ever by a Ranger rookie. There's a strike, and it's 3-1. Now Delino flied out to right his first time up there.
And when you consider Delino missed so much time as a regular early in the season, 77 is a lot of runs.
And he pops this one up into shallow center. Romine going out, Ghost coming on. The center fielder takes charge. That is out number 2.
All right, fielders.
Shin-Soo Choo will be next before he steps in. Let's send it over to John Radigan for a Mazda game break. All right, John, thank you. That's a lot of wins. Chu grounded out to second back in the first inning. 1 ball, no strikes. Talked a lot about Adrian Beltre, what he has done in the month of September. Shin-Soo Choo having every bit as remarkable a month of September. He has scored 23 times in 25 games in September. He's first in the American League in hits with 38 of them. That 418 average you're looking at, and the 534 on base percentage. Both leading the major leagues. Not just the American League, the major leagues. And fitting in with the production at home for the ball club. Chu has hit .406 in his last 29 home games. The 1-2 pitch. Out of play. Justin Verlander out of Old Dominion University. He's a Virginia native. Not Chu on the fist, but Chu able to fight it off behind home plate. Chu and the Rangers facing a very familiar opponent, the Tigers and Justin Verlander. Verlander, the 2011 American League Most Valuable Player and Cy Young winner. Two and two now. Crowd trying to get inspired, get something going for the Rangers. Base is empty, 2 away in the third inning. Detroit leading 1-0. Verlander with a 2-2 pitch to Chu. Got him swinging. And that'll do it for the Rangers. Verlander with his first strikeout of the night. Rangers gone in order for the first time. We have finished 3 at Globe Life Park. The Tigers 1 and the Rangers nothing. Well, folks, this Wednesday, Rangers play the final game against these Tigers in the first series of this last homestand. It's the last chance to enjoy Dollar Hot Dog Night this year. Just go to TexasRangers.com so you can get tickets for the important AL matchup, your Rangers and the Tigers, and also savor the $1 dogs out here at Globe Life Park. Colby Lewis going to work here in the fourth inning. Victor Martinez made the last out, so J.D. Martinez is up there leading off. J.D. Martinez grounded into a double play his first time up. 0-1 pitch outside. Joining us now, and since we're back home, Mark McLemore, Doctor of Defense. How you doing, Mac?
I'm good. Good to see you guys.
Nice to be seen.
Nice, quick, successful trip.
It was. It was. And, you know, looking back, and that was one of those trips where it was important for the ball club to play well. And getting off to a 4-0 start, I think, kind of soured everybody on the idea that you had a 4-2 road trip instead of a 6-0 road trip. But I think at the start of that trip, if you'd said, okay, you're going to go 4-2, you would have had a lot of takers for that.
I think everybody would have taken that for sure. No question about it. You know, 4-2 is a really good road trip. Yes, you start off 4-0, you think 5-0, 6-0.
Yeah.
But, hey, you got to take the 4-2.
Yeah, the one thing that couldn't happen on that trip is get swept in Houston.
Right.
No. So they won the one game there, which when they left, they've still got three games in the loss column. So could have been better, but they avoided the worst. That's for sure.
And you can't get anybody to say it one way or the other, but it seems to me once you win that first game in Houston that there's a little bit of a, oh boy, okay, we're good for a little bit. And that's dangerous.
That's very dangerous.
When you're facing a team like that.
Yeah, you don't want to have a letdown at all.
Yeah.
You've got to keep that pedal to the metal. But I think this team's pretty good at it. I don't think they really had that kind of a letdown. They're a veteran team, and those guys know. They've all been there, or the majority of them have anyway.
Well, Castellanos dumps a soft flare into left field for a base hit. A one-out single. He's aboard. James McCann coming up.
Well, the one thing the Astros trot out almost every day is a really good starting pitcher. And they had Dallas Keuchel on the ropes in the first couple innings. He threw almost 50 pitches in the first couple of innings, but you know he got straightened out and he was tough after that. Boy, he started punching them out one right after the other.
Yeah, he's not a 19-game winner by accident.
No.
He figured it out and settled in, and that was pretty much it.
And McHugh, with the Rangers, got to McHugh right off the bat, but he settled down and pitched a nice game himself. He's an 18-game winner.
Delino in a hurry toward right center. He's able to catch up with that one. McCann fairly deep out into the alley. That is out number 2, and it brings up Andrew Romine. Well, the important thing is you have an opportunity to not have to rely on other folks. You take care of what you do here at home, and it's all up to you.
You know, that's the position you want to be in.
Yep.
You don't want to be the team chasing everybody because you've got to win out. There's just no question. You have to, and you're depending on somebody else to help you out there. So having your own destiny in your hands is what you really want.
Romine, taking ball 1, had a soft single to right center field, just out of the reach of Rougned Odor his first time. Romine has scored the only run of this ball game. Low and outside, 2 balls and no strikes. You know, Mac, I'm sure you get it when you're talking to people about the Rangers. We always hear folks on the road talking about, well, what's happened to this Ranger ball club, man? Last time we saw you, they were having all kinds of problems. Little flare to left field. Hamilton over toward the line and makes the catch. Remind me about that. We'll talk about it sometime.
All right.
No runs a hit. They had 1 man left. After 3.5, Tigers leading the Rangers 1-0. To the postseason is with MLB.com at Bat, the #1 app for live baseball. Enjoy live look-ins, highlights, replay reviews, scores, StatCast, live radio broadcasts, and a lot more. Get MLB.com at Bat and get it today. Well, the Rangers come to bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It'll be fielder Beltre and Moreland to face Justin Verlander. Prince Fielder drew a walk in the 1st inning. That was the only free pass that Verlander has issued tonight. Tigers on top 1-0. They have out-hit the Rangers 4-1 thus far. A drive to right. If it's up, it's gone. Goodbye. A low rope that got into the wedgie. It is a tie ball game.
Well, Verlander's been throwing a lot of fastballs. In fact, he's thrown 5 high fastballs that have resulted in pop-ups with the Rangers just a little bit late. That one he took something off, and Prince was able to get out in front of it. The only question was whether it was going to be high enough or smack off the wall right down the line. And it was just barely high enough and snuck over the wall.
Fielder with his 23rd home run of the year. He's now tied with Mitch Moreland for the team leadership. And Beltre shoots one to center for a base hit.
It was one of those high fastballs. Adrian popped that up the last time up. Not that time. Looked like a changeup right down the middle.
That's what you've got to do when you get mistakes from a pitcher like this.
Yeah.
He's not going to make too many of them. When you get them, you've got to do something with it. You can't foul it off or pop it up or roll it over. You got to be able to do some damage with it.
That thing measured at 364 feet, and it never got much higher than about 15 feet.
In 1.2 seconds.
Yeah. And a speeding bullet getting out of here. And Beltre following with a equally hard hit line drive to center for a single. Now Mitch Moreland. Mitch now tied for the top spot with 23 home runs on the Rangers. Nothing and 1. Now the Tigers go into an overshift. They have the third baseman Castellanos go over and play in the hole between first and second, with the second baseman Romine moving up the middle a bit. Yeah, we've seen several teams use the third baseman in this overshift on that side. Most of the time, though, the middle position, not the one closest to first. Moreland questioning the call by Bruce Dreckman.
Yeah, just barely dropped it in there.
No, Mitch back in, tapping the plate with the business end of that bat. How would you like to be a fly on the wall with their first base of those two guys? Both of them love to get into a conversation. Verlander ready for the 0-2. Well, Mitch popped out last time. That was, as Tom told you, on a series of fastballs. Not seeing many fastballs here. Hard to tell who's talking or who's listening. think they're both talking. Moreland able to lay off that curveball. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Mitch is laying off some pretty tough pitches. But you've got a guy up there that has a fastball like Verlander, and you're down in the count, and he keeps flipping stuff up there, curveball, changeup. It's tough to to lay off of that because you've got to be expecting fastball. You can't be looking curveball or changeup, and in this situation where with a guy that throws this hard and he gives you the fastball, you have no chance.
I wonder if that's part of the conversation Verlander's having with McCann right about now, trying to get the young guy to follow along in his thinking in this situation. Now, Verlander, I would think he's getting in a little bit of trouble now. First time he has been all night. And he likes to kind of reach back and go at guys with something more than he's been throwing already. 94, 95, up to 98. Tried the back door. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Crowd being implored by Chuck Morgan to make some noise, and they are complying. Two balls, 2 strikes. Verlander expecting the speed of Adrian Beltre.
I think he's having a little bit of fun. So he threw one over on Prince his first time up.
Yeah. And the right-hander is ready.
That's a high fastball. He's had pretty good success with that pitch. The only one that's hit one has been Adrian. Hit one well, anyway. Buzz, you ever toss a ball over to first base because you weren't quite ready to throw one, or you wanted to loosen up, or you just wanted to relax, or
second guess myself? Yeah, about the pitch selection. Oh yeah. You step off, toss one over there. Okay, reset.
Yeah.
Kind of like taking a practice swing on a golf course.
Yeah.
You back off and okay, I'm going to go through the process again. Get my thinking right. Ball probably got hit out of the ballpark anyway, but at least I had a better idea.
Well, he didn't hit that one out of the ballpark.
No, not that one.
That'd be a pretty good pitch if you get someone to swing at it.
Yeah, 3-2. Mitch eyeballing some difficult pitches from Verlander. The count has gone full. Moreland will be followed by Josh Hamilton. The crowd starting to make some hooting and hollering noises going on here. Talk to the players about the last homestand. The big thing about it, crowds maybe weren't sellouts every night, but it sure sounded like it was. Crowds really active here at home. Beltre on the move. The pitch pulled to right field, a base hit. Beltre will continue to third. Moreland found a hole in that overshift.
There's not many holes over there. You got to hit it right in the middle to get one. Verlander threw him a lot of off-speed pitches. Threw him a changeup that time. A lot of curveballs, but the 3-2 pitch was a changeup. Mitch was out in front of it, but he found a hole with it. Adrian was on the move. He ends up at third base. Exactly between them. And looked like the shortstop. What do you do, Mac? Take a little step towards second?
It was Romine, the second baseman. He took a step towards second. I don't know why, but he did. No one was really covering. The shortstop was going to end up covering if Mitch had struck out because he was close enough to the bag. But the second baseman, Romine, just kind of hesitated. Then he took one jab step to the right, and that was it.
Yeah.
The ball wasn't hit that hard. He probably would have been able to dive going to his left and keep Beltre at second and maybe get Mitch at first.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, runners at the corners and nobody out. Now Josh Hamilton, an opportunity to get the Rangers out in front. Line drive foul down the right side.
It's coming closer. First time up, slower pitch. He tapped it on the infield, first base. That time he ripped it a little bit foul. Next time, watch out.
Judging from Verlander's reaction after that pitch was made, he wasn't real happy with the location.
Location, no.
0-1 to Josh. Lays off that high fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Verlander now with runners at the corners and nobody out. Prince Fielder tied the ball game with a leadoff home run here in the 4th. Beltre singled, Moreland singled. Now Hamilton trying to untie the game. Two balls and a strike. The Tigers infield playing back. They will give up the run for a chance at a double play. Outfield playing Hamilton slightly toward right field. It's been a while since Josh hit one out of the ballpark. Be a pretty good time for that.
Be a great time for it.
High and tight, 3-1. Hamilton hitting 6th in the order. Will be followed by the shortstop, Elvis Andrus. And Verlander taking time to exhale and calm himself down. 3 balls, 1 strike. He is set. Hard hit, just foul outside first. Just a bit out in front of that pitch. And we'll reset and try it on a full count. Well, Beltre back to 3rd now. Moreland back to 1st. Hamilton waiting at the plate as Verlander sets. Outside, ball 4, and they are loaded up for Elvis.
Nice at bat by Josh. Got some off-speed pitches, yanked them foul down the line. Then got some high fastballs, and typically Josh is the guy that'll swing at those high fastballs, but was able to lay off of them. Verlander, one of those rare pitchers that's able to reach back and add a little extra to it. That's what he's been doing. He got in a little bit of trouble. Now he's pumping it in there 94, 95. And I believe he's got more than that,
yeah,
unfortunately.
He does. Talked with the Detroit folks before the ballgame. He said last time out, in the last 5 pitches that he threw, he had 3 of them at 98, 2 at 97, and 1 at 99.
Wow. That's not right.
He said he was trying to get loose. Yeah.
Takes him a couple hours to get loose, get to the 8th, 9th inning. Hey, now I'm loose, guys.
Yeah, now I'm ready to go.
Yeah, that's not good.
I remember that second no-hitter he threw. I was watching on TV, and he kept popping at 100, 101 in the 9th inning. Here's Elvis with the bases full, and he takes high and inside for ball 1. Elvis had a single right up the middle his last time out. Rangers with the bases full with Beltre, Moreland, and Hamilton. 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. Nobody out, a run across here in the 4th inning. Just foul, Adrian. Adrian's going to have a lot to say to Elvis about that.
You know, Verlander's throwing a lot of off-speed pitches, and most of them are hanging out over the plate or high. One to Elvis, it's pretty much right down the middle of the plate. Elvis had a hanger the last time up, and he went right back up the middle with it.
A 1-1 the count. Verlander reading the signs. The right-hander is ready. Shallow right center field. Going out is the second baseman Romine. He makes the catch and bumps into J.D. Martinez. Hangs on to the ball. That is out number 1. Beltre not tagging. The ball just not hit deeply enough for Adrian to even think about it. So that is out number 1.
Pretty nice play by Romine. Doesn't look like the right fielder was calling for it. Romine stays with it. He knows he's pretty far out there, Mac. He's anticipating the guy's got to be somewhere near him.
Yeah, you've got that sense as an infielder when you're getting out there and you feel grass underneath your feet for about 15, 20 steps. It's like, okay, what you're really doing is you're hoping that outfielder's coming. And
where's the I got it?
Exactly. You're waiting to hear that voice. I got it, I got it, I got it. You saw Romine's eyes right there. Okay, please, somebody help me.
Somebody say something. Now, here's Odor, who saw one pitch and popped out his first time. 0-1 on the high fastball. Now, this is where Rugnet really has to focus on putting the ball in play. Make contact and get the run home to put the Rangers ahead. Verlander, a tough customer to deal with. He is set, the 0-1 pitch.
Two good high fastballs, 94, 95.
He's going to stay right there with it.
His best pitch has been his high fastball today.
Beltran at third, Moreland at second, Hamilton over at first. No balls and 2 strikes to Odor. Two gone.
They just overmatched him with those fastballs. 94, 95, 95. Got him to expand the zone a little bit. All of them right at the top of the zone.
So, if the Rangers are to score, it's going to be up to Chris Jimenez. He's going to take a 2-out base hit. Chris grounded to third his first time. Verlander's first pitch. 0-1. Both teams are run on 4 hits tonight. Out of play to the right, and Verlander again out in front of the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Verlander now up to 70 pitches for the evening. He has given up 3 of the 4 hits in this inning, along with 1 of the 2 walks. The 0-2 to Jimenez. Good job by Chris to lay off that curveball. It is 1-2. Now McCann going to go out and have another chat with Justin Verlander. Folks, Southwest Airlines is celebrating the arrival of 8 new nonstop destinations out of Dallas Love Field. Just go to southwest.com/RangersLove to enter to win round-trip tickets. Verlander's 1-2 pitch. 2-2. Getting into it once again. Pop foul. That's back into the seats. Rangers doing a pretty good job combating Verlander in this inning, getting his pitch count up. Verlander now at 73 for the night. He is ready to go. 3-2. Well, with 2 outs now, all 3 runners will be able to get a running start. Chris Jimenez hitting in the number 9 slot, trying to keep this merry-go-round going. The liner to Shields, hoping to get an at-bat in this 4th inning. Jimenez waiting. Verlander says okay and sets. Runners on the move, payoff pitch. Call strike 3. Verlander strikes out both Odor and Jimenez with the bases loaded. The Rangers do get a run as the fielder led off with his 23rd home run of the year. The Rangers left the bases full. We'll go to the 5th inning. It's now the Rangers won and the Tigers won. Baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. And by Mazda. In every car we make, you'll see why driving matters. Well, a 1-1 ball game now as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Dixon Machado starting things off. Colby Lewis had a long half inning sitting on the bench. The Rangers hit for a while and unfortunately didn't produce as much as they would have liked to.
I think the only good thing that came out of that inning was that Verlander's pitch count is up. So hopefully he won't be around much longer, but that was a great opportunity for them to do some damage and possibly get him out.
Yep. Well, Machado had a soft single to the left his first time. Colby wearing out that outside corner with a slider. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Last 6 ball games, Machado just a 143 hit. Little nubber off the end of the bat goes foul, and we'll try the 1-2 pitch again. Colby, 68 pitches under his belt here this evening. 43 strikes, 25 balls. Colby ran into the one rough patch tonight in the 3rd inning. Gave up a couple of hits and a bases loaded walk after a hit by pitch. Cabrera took the bases loaded walk. And accounting for the only Tiger run tonight. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Machado. Base hit to center.
Well, you would think that the young guys would really have a problem with the slider. He fouled off a tough one. And that one stayed up enough and lined it into center field.
Machado with his 2nd hit of the night. That takes the Tigers back to the top of the order for Anthony Gose. Gose tonight has struck out, grounded to first. Colby peering in for the sign. Looks like Chris Jimenez wants a toss to first. He does. Colby will drive back Machado. See if they can get Anthony Gose to tip his hand, whether he's going to try and bunt or not in this situation. Gose wanting Dave Clark, the 3rd base coach, to go back through that series of signs. Steve Beltran just in front of the cut of the grass at 3rd base. Gose with very good speed. No bunt. Colby pours in strike 1. Colby back to the plate. 1-1 the count. Colby checking his defense, the infield. 2 steps to the right. Elvis and Rube that in at double play depth. The outfield, a step to the right. Fairly deep for Gose. 2-1. Now Colby set to go. And Anthony Ghost can take a bite out of that bat. A little frustrated.
I thought he was going to strike out with 2 strikes, walk back to the dugout.
I thought he was going to keep going.
He
wanted to break the bat right on his leg. He was so mad.
Three and two now. Now Ghost hitting in that leadoff spot. He'll be followed by Tyler Collins. Machado inching his way off first base. Nobody out, a full count. Up the middle, a base hit to center. Over to cut it off to Shields. Around to third goes Machado. Goes going for 2, and he's in with a slide.
Ghost worked the count to a fastball count and got a fastball to hit. Colby tried to make the pitch that struck him out, the slider down and in, pitch before it, but he missed with it. Came back with a fastball on the 3-2 pitch, down and away, and Ghost went with it nicely. Both Ghost and Machado have hit these balls hard. Ball down, lower part of the plate, outside corner. Very nice job of hitting right there by both of them, Machado and Ghost.
Well, second and third now, nobody out. Tyler Collins is the hitter.
That's a third line drive to the middle infielders that they've missed by less than a foot.
Yeah. Hit deep to right field, down the line. That ball is gone. Collins, a first pitch home run, and the Tigers are on top 4-1.
That's a fairly dramatic turn of events. The Rangers get a run in, they load the bases with no outs against Verlander, don't score, and the Tigers, their younger players, Machado, Ghost, Collins, come back and put 3 on the board in a hurry. Slider down and in.
Yep.
He waited for it that time. Pulled several of those foul the first time up.
Tried to pull that foul too, but didn't quite get it done. 1-0 the count to Cabrera. Now 2 balls and no strikes. For Colby Lewis, that's the 26th home run that he's allowed this year. Ball just beyond the wedgie, right down that right field line. 3 balls, no strikes. Now 3-1. Anthony Bass throwing in the Ranger bullpen. He's heating up in a hurry. Still nobody out here in the 5th inning. 3 runs across for the Tigers. As Colby gets strike 2. Tigers now with 147 home runs as a team this year. To right field, Chu coming in a hurry, a slide, and he makes the catch. Nice play by Chu for out number 1.
Great job by Colby coming all the way back from 3-0 to get Miguel Cabrera. Chu on the other end of that. Great play by Chu.
I think Chu is as dramatically different a player defensively as he is offensively this year. From the April, early May to what you're seeing right now.
And no hesitation in any part of his game.
Nope.
Victor Martinez 1 out of 2 tonight. Had a second inning single. Last time up line to center. 0-1 pitch from Colby Lewis. Drops that curveball in. Colby's next pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Colby back to Martinez. Colby getting ready to throw his 88th pitch of the night. Two balls, 2 strikes. Colby trying to reach into that black bag of his and come out with something. Get him out of this inning. 3-2. Victor Martinez hitting in the cleanup spot to be followed by J.D. Martinez. Colby to the wind, the payoff pitch. Colby at that point in the inning now where getting tougher and tougher to make the quality pitches that he's used to making. A little bit of fatigue sets in. Line drive, base hit to right. Victor Martinez with his second hit of the night. Mike Maddox and Jeff Bannister discussing the plight of the Rangers here in the 5th inning. J.D. Martinez has grounded into a double play and fly to right field tonight. Prime candidate for that double play grounder. There's a strike right on the outside corner.
And Martinez was a very nice pickup for the Tigers. He was actually a minor league free agent. He was with the Astros for a couple of years. Showed some promise, but they evidently didn't have room for him. He became a minor league free agent before last season. Had a nice year last year. This year he's really putting it together. Last year he had 23 home runs, knocked in 76 runs. He only played in 123 games. This year he's an all-star, having one of the best power seasons in the league. Pretty good for a minor league free agent.
Got him swinging. Colby helps J.D. Martinez add to that strikeout total. 2 gone for Colby. That is strikeout number 4. Next to me, Nick Castellanos. Castellanos has singled and lined to left tonight. 1 out of 2. 257 average for the young third baseman. Ball's hit well to left field. Hamilton is going back, and 1 hop off the wall. Hamilton gets the ball back in quickly. Castellanos will stop at second, and stopping at third is Victor Martinez. 390-foot double off the bat of Nick Castellanos.
Unfortunately, it was Victor Martinez at first base. He must have done something to his leg. Not fortunately that he's hurt. Trainer's coming out to see if he's okay.
He's had knee problems for the last 5 or 6 years, and it's been an ongoing issue for him. And Castellanos, meanwhile, with his 31st double of the year,
Brad Osmus and the Tigers trainer talking with Victor Martinez, see what the veteran thinks. So, with that issue taken care of, now the pitching change will be made as Jeff Bannister is going to go out to the mound and take Colby Lewis back with him. Colby couldn't quite work around things in this inning. Gave up the 3-run Tyler Collins home run. Then a Victor Martinez single followed by a Castellanos double. And he will depart on the short end of a 4-1 Tiger lead. Oh, he's staying in. Excuse me.
That must have been a case where Colby assured Banny that he was okay and wanted to stay in the game. Generally, when Banny goes out there, he's making a pitching change.
Right. Yeah, that's a little bit unusual, but we'll see if Colby can muster up the wherewithal to get out of this inning unscathed. James McCann is the hitter. He lines one to center, and that's not going to happen. Victor Martinez scores. Castellanos around third will score. And it becomes a 6-1 Tiger lead as James McCann with a 2-run single. And now Jeff Bannister making the final walk to the mound with Colby out there. So Anthony Bass will be summoned from the Ranger bullpen. Tigers now have opened up a 5-run lead. It's 6-1 Detroit as James McCann puts the final nail in the coffin of Colby Lewis here tonight. Pitching change underway. We'll be back to Globe Life Park right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. Colby Lewis, Bass appearing in his 33rd ball game of the year. No record, a 4.45 ERA. Anthony's worked almost 63 innings. League hitting .271 against him. He'll be on here to ask to get Andrew Romine to end this 5th inning. Tigers have put 5 runs on the board here in the 5th. And Romine takes strike 1. Last time we saw Anthony Bass was back in the Oakland series on the last road trip. Worked an inning. Shutout baseball against the A's. 0-1 pitch is coming. Anthony Bass in his last 4 outings, covering 6 innings, has allowed just 1 run. And that pitch hit Romine. And that's going to put 2 aboard with 2 outs. The second Tiger hit by a pitch tonight. Tyler Collins was hit back in the 3rd inning by Colby Lewis, and that one got the back toe of Andrew Romine. Well, it's going to bring up Dixon Machado for the 2nd time this inning. Machado started this whole mess with a base hit to center field. One ball and no strikes. Now Colby Lewis tonight, 4 2/3 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs. They've all been earned, and he's still responsible for James McCann out there at second base. One ball and 1 strike to Machado.
Well, a while back, Machado's the one that started this inning off. He had a slider into center field for a base hit. Got things going.
Wilkin bat rower right behind the bag at third. Beltre will step on third, and that will do it. But the Tigers send 10 men to the plate. 5 of them score. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's now 6-1 Detroit. Show. Fans attending the game against the division rival Los Angeles Angels will be treated to a post-game fireworks show themed to your favorite spooky music. Get the countdown going to Halloween. Discounted tickets are available at TexasRangers.com when you use the online coupon code Fireworks.
That kid was great. You didn't see him, Buzz. You were reading.
Yeah, I was. What was he doing?
He was showing off. He didn't know he was on camera. He was doing the flex your muscles, little dance routine. Entertaining his mom and dad, it looked like.
Lionel DeShields takes the breaking ball off the outer edge.
Resting now.
And Ranger, he rests during the inning and puts on the show between innings.
There he is. That's the muscle I was showing you.
There you go. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Not kissing him. Stop it.
It's like he knows he's on camera. Imagine what he'd be like if he did know he was on camera. Oh, no wonder. He's Larry Allen's nephew. No wonder he's a ham like that.
He's in the entertainment business.
Larry taught him everything he knows.
You never see Larry.
Let's see it, Larry. There we go.
We just hadn't seen that side of Larry. 2 balls and 2 strikes to DeShields. Verlander back to the plate. Now it's 3-2. Well, Delino trying to be the first Ranger to get aboard here in the 5th inning. He'll be followed by Shin-Soo Choo. Rangers have a hill to climb. They have dug themselves in a 5-run hole. It's 6-1 Tigers. Payoff pitch from Verlander. J.D. Martinez moving to his right. Makes the grab for out number 1.
Right fielder,
And before Shin-Soo Choo steps in, let's send it over to John Radigan for a Mazda game break. Thank you, John. Choo, a 2-hopper that's flagged down by Cabrera. He feeds Verlander covering. That is out number 2.
designated hitter, Prince Fielder.
Now Verlander will face Prince Fielder. Fielder led off the 4th inning. He had a rocket that got out of here in no time. His 23rd home run of the year. Now 92 RBI for the Ranger DH. Nothing and 1. Prince now up to 306 with his average. Came in 7th in the American League in the batting race. Our AT&T Uverse Rewind will take you back to the 4th inning. First pitch of the inning. Verlander didn't get it back. Line drive was about 15 feet high the entire way. Out into right field, 364 feet in about 0.2 of a second. Two and 1 this time around. Verlander back to the plate. Now straight back. McCann flashing the signs out. Verlander with a pitch. That ball's hit well to right field. J.D. Martinez back. He reaches up, can't get it. It's over his head. And Fielder will steam into second with a double. Almost a carbon copy of the home run, maybe 40 feet towards center from the right field line. Fielder with his 28th two-bagger of the year.
Yeah, both times it was an off-speed pitch. It was a changeup the first time and a curveball this time. Let's hit both of them great. Boy, he almost stuck his glove up and caught that ball.
Very close. Well, Fielder at second with 2 outs. Here's Adrian Beltre, who is 1 for 2. Beltre singled in the 4th inning himself. Pitch right at the upper reaches of the strike zone. It's 0-1. Beltre now a .320 hitter at home this year. Fouls that pitch back.
Nice play in the stands.
See Adrian, his last 28 home games, .422 average. No balls, 2 strikes. That's out of play. Adrian fighting off that high fastball. Beltre, the 5th toughest guy to strike out in the American League. 1 strikeout every 9.5 plate appearances. Another 0-2 pitch. Adrian hitting at an even .280 as he faces Verlander. Trying to get the Rangers closer. They trail 6-1. 2 outs here in the 5th inning. Verlander checks Fielder at second. And Beltre caught on strikes. Verlander gives up the 2-out double to Fielder, but that's it. Rangers strand the runner. We played 5. The Tigers leading 6-1. And Mac, we will see you after the ball game on Rangers Live. Excitement, plus historic performances. Don't miss the 2015 postseason. It begins on October the 6th. Go to MLB.com /postseason to get a full broadcast schedule of this season's postseason. Anthony Bass out to the hill. And here tonight, Tony Romo and Matthew McConaughey enjoying the ball game tonight, right down in the front row. Anthony Bass going to work on Anthony Ghost. He'll strike 1 to it. Ghost tonight, a double and a run scored in 3 trips. One ball and 1 strike.
Well, last inning in the big 5-run inning, it was Machado and Ghost that got it started. They each hit the ball hard. Single to center, and Ghost hit a line shot double into the gap in left center field. Collins hit the home run. Boy, it seemed like it happened in about 5 minutes. It was bang, bang, bang. 3 runs for the Tigers. Probably 3 guys you wouldn't expect to do that. Only the 4th home run for Collins so far this year.
And the pitch is low. Bass now has fallen behind. 3 balls and a strike to Ghost. The aforementioned Tyler Collins will follow. Tigers 6 runs on 10 hits tonight. And ball 4. Ghost draws the walk to lead things off.
Could have been a strike.
Outfielder Tyler Collins.
So Bass with his first free pass Now facing Tyler Collins, who is 1 for 2. Along with a 3-run home run, Collins has also been hit by a pitch and grounded to short. Bass looking over his shoulder at Ghost. And this is low for ball 1. Chris Jimenez going out to see if he can get Anthony Bass back in the strike zone. Tyler Collins, a Lubbock native, lives here in the Metroplex in the offseason, went to Howard College. Out in Sweetwater, I believe. Collins also spent a couple of summers playing in the Texas Collegiate League. Played here in Coppell. One ball and no strikes. Tom, I'm a little surprised you didn't have all the information on Tyler Collins in your back pocket. It was recommended by your son.
That's right. That's right. No, Tim doesn't share any secrets with me. We're father-son, but Ranger-Tiger rivals.
Okay. Not even a little hint for the broadcast?
No, he probably would if I asked him. I didn't think about that. I should have.
Bass with a 2-ball, no strike count. Now 3-0. Oh, Anthony having trouble locating home plate.
He's got this tough role. Long reliever is a tough role. You might get an outing every 4 or 5 days to kind of be used like a starting pitcher. You might not pitch for a couple of weeks, and you have to figure out what to do in between so that you're at your best when you come into the game. But it's a hard job.
Got to look at Tanner Shepard's getting loose in the Ranger bullpen. There's a strike from Anthony. 3-1 now. Yeah, that's probably the most difficult job I think of anybody in the bullpen.
I think it is too.
Expect you to come in once every 2 weeks and stop somebody cold for a while that invariably have been swinging the bats well.
Probably come in feeling strong most of the time, but as far as being able to pinpoint your pitches like you normally would. Yeah, but I'm sure they all have ways of working between starts. You're getting work with your pitching coaches. You're not coming into games, but before the game in the bullpen, you can get some work. But it's hard to simulate game action in the bullpen.
Anthony ready for another 3-2 pitch. Instead, he goes first base way and goes diving back.
It's hard for the manager too, because you'd love to get him regular work to keep him sharp, but the day you give him a couple of innings and 30 pitches is the day your starter gets knocked out the next day, and you wish, and he's not available, and you wish you had him as a long reliever. So it's kind of a balancing act for the manager on how to use his long reliever.
Bass again ready. There goes Ghost. And the pitch is skied to left field. Hamilton dragged back into his left a bit. Makes the catch. Goes back to first. That is out number 1.
And with all due respect to the long reliever, you go into the season hoping you never have to use him.
Right.
You hope your starters are going 6 or 7 every time. And then you have the luxury of a long reliever. From a long reliever standpoint, you know, it's hard for him to say, boy, I hope I pitch tonight, because what he's saying is, I hope my friend gets knocked out and allows me to get into the game. So it's a tough situation.
You know, Anthony Bass now will have to deal with Miguel Cabrera. Cabrera 0 for 2 tonight. He does have a bases loaded walk to his credit. That drove in his 74th run of the year. 0-1. Showed you a graphic last time that Cabrera was at the plate about the last 5 years in his career being the leader in a lot of offensive categories throughout Major League Baseball. And to cut it down to just this year, how about his ranks in the American League? At first in average, first in on-base percentage, average with runners in scoring position, average against right-handed pitchers on Tuesdays, and he's not bad on weekends.
He's a slugger that walks too. 75 walks, 80 strikeouts, almost a walk per strikeout.
And he chops one by the dive of Elvis Andrus into left field for a base hit. Well, first and second with one out. And Mike Maddox headed out to the mound. We're going to have a pinch hitter now for Victor Martinez, Stephen Moye. Young man's going to come in and take over for Victor Martinez. Martinez, you remember, hurt himself going from first to third on a double in the last inning. So Moye is going to come out and take over for Martinez. Bruce Druckman, the home plate umpire, out to see if he can't break up the confab on the mound. Moye, 143 average. It's his first foray into the major leagues. He was called up from AAA by the Tigers prior to the game on the 8th of September. His major league debut that night. Yeah, Ghost at second, Cabrera at first. Bass is set, and the first pitch.
Moye hit 35 home runs last year in Double-A, 20 in Triple-A this year. He's got some tools.
He just turned 24. He's out of the Dominican Republic. No balls and a strike. Just off the inside corner. 1-1. Now Bass okays the sign. Out of play. He was signed by the Tigers back in October of 2008. Played for a year, the following year down in the Dominican Summer Leagues. And then progressed through the Tigers minor league system, made his major league debut last year in 11 games in September. Ghost going to third. The throw, Beltre can't handle the short hop. And he is hurt. That got him on the thumb. Trying to play the short hop, and Adrian's going to take a second to let the sting of that wear off his left hand. He a stolen base for Ghost.
It looked like Chris had a shot at him if he could have thrown the ball in the air. Let's take a look. Gets rid of it quickly. If he's able to throw it in the air to Adrian, I think they had a pretty easy shot at him at third base.
So now runners at the corners. The count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oh, excuse me, second and third. Pitch low and in. That's that last play ruled a stolen base for Ghost, and the error on the throw to Jimenez allowed Miguel Cabrera to move up to second base. The first error of the night, charged to the Rangers. Three and two to Moya. Popped up foul. That's going to reach the seats right next to the Tiger dugout.
That bounced on three people, went right in the lady's lap. She caught it. Looks like she's there with a bunch of her friends, too.
Give me a conversation piece.
All you men around me wish you could have caught that ball.
Another 3-2. Ball four.
He's coming.
Load him up.
Coming close. Not getting any calls. Borderline pitches, though.
Right fielder J.D. Martinez.
Jeff Bannister and Mike Maddox had to make a decision on how they want to handle this.
Third pitch right down in that area. Come up with just a little bit more to get the call.
Well, the base is loaded, one out. J.D. Martinez up. Takes the breaking ball low and outside for ball one. J.D. Martinez has grounded into a double play, fly to right, and struck out tonight. This season, Martinez 6 for 10 with the bases full. Anthony Bass desperately trying to keep a lid on this inning. One ball and one strike. Just 41% of the time, J.D. Martinez this year has been able to score that runner from third with less than two out. And he takes strike two here.
Let's see, just got it up a little bit. Now he's getting that call. The other ones were just same part of the strike zone on the outside part, but they were a little bit lower than that. Brought it up a few inches, got a couple calls.
Anthony okays the sign. Then they turn it. Elvis Odor, jump throw not in time. Just couldn't quite. It had to be a very clean handle out at second, and Elvis couldn't get a good enough throw to Odor to be able to turn it quickly.
Yeah, I think if Elvis threw it chest high, Odor would have had time to turn it, but the ball was low. Rugnet had to reach down and couldn't get rid of it quickly.
And J.D. Martinez getting it down that line pretty well. So Tigers score another run. It's now 7-1. Two outs, runners at first and third. And Nick Castellanos will come up. And the low throw kind of threw Rugned's timing off, too. Had to get a throw almost off the wrong foot. Castellanos has singled and doubled in 3 trips. He has scored 1 run. Elvis will go the short way to Odor, and that'll do it. Tigers get a run on 1 hit. They leave 2. We have played 5.5 at Globe Life Park in Arlington. The Tigers lead the Rangers 7-1. It's time now for the Sonic Slam inning, brought to you by Sonic. Tonight's jackpot is worth $500 and dinner for 2 at Sonic Drive-In. If a Ranger hits a home run during this inning, Jim Reed from Azle will win $500. And if a Ranger hits a grand slam this inning, Jim is going to pocket $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic the restaurant. The Super Moon. I think it's still super. Looks pretty super to me. Mitch Moreland starting off against Justin Verlander here in the 6th inning, and he takes strike 1. It'll be Moreland, Hamilton, and Andrews. First three Rangers to come to bat here in the sixth. The Rangers trailing 7-1. They have been out hit by the Tigers 11-5. Moreland had a base hit his last time up, 1 for 2 tonight. There's that big curveball that drops in. 0-2. Take a look at our Ford leaderboard. How about this? You didn't know that Stats Incorporated took care of the Sonic Slam inning winners, did you? Mitch Moreland has hit 6 winners in our Sonic Slam inning. A total of $8,100 given away during Mitch's at-bats in the Sonic Slam inning. He's not going to have a chance here as he's rung up. The third base umpire, Dan Bellino, said now he swung. Mitch, far and away, he is the leader not only in the clubhouse, but he's running away from everybody. Prince Fielder with a couple of them already. Kyle Blanks, Adrian Beltre with 1, Josh Hamilton with 1, Elvis and Robinson Chirinos. And as you said, Tom, if you want to know about a statistic, they have kept it for you.
Got it somewhere. I didn't know they had that one.
I didn't either. That strikeout, by the way, for Verlander, his 5th, and now facing Josh Hamilton. Josh drew a walk in the ill-fated 4th inning for the Rangers. No balls, 2 strikes. I say ill-fated because Hamilton's walk came on the heels of Beltre's single and a Moreland single. Had nobody out, ended up loading the bases and didn't score. He'd gotten a run to start the inning from Prince Fielder's home run, but left the bases full that inning and really turned things around because the next half inning, the Tigers put 5 on the board. Completely different ball game after that point. Right-hander Drew Verhagen loosening in the Tiger bullpen. Verlander at 97 pitches as he talked to James McCann. Line drive to left, coming on in a hurry, a dive, and did he make the catch or not? No, he did not. Both umpires, Tom Hallion and Dan Bellino, kind of looked at each other, and finally Hallion said no, threw out the safe side, and Hamilton has a base hit.
Great try by Collins. Let's see exactly what happened with it. Probably short hopped it. Yep. It's about 6 inches in front of his glove. He didn't catch it, but he kept it in his glove with a nice play on the short hop. Great try.
So Josh with his first hit. Rangers now with half a dozen. And Elvis Andrews at the plate. Big strike 1. Elvis has a base hit in 2 trips. Verlander peering in for the sign. The right-hander's ready. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mentioned Verlander's pitch count, not really significant. He's gone over 100 pitches in all but 3 starts this year. So it's not at the critical juncture yet. Elvis lofts a fly ball that sends Collins back to make the catch. Back to first goes Josh Hamilton. There are 2 out, and Rougned Odor will come up.
Second baseman, Rougned Odor.
There was a time, well, up until this latest injury problem for Verlander, the pitch count never even came into play with him. He was just that kind of guy that you never even thought about pitch counts. Then he came up with a tricep problem, which kind of leads you to think that it might have been rotator cuff related. In any event, shut down and a very conservative approach kept him on the disabled list for the first month and a half of the season. Didn't make his first start at the big league level until mid-June. And it's proven to be a wise course because he's come back at 100% healthy, he feels anyway. 0-1 to Odor. Rougned had a strikeout his last time up. Looks at a couple of breaking balls. In stark contrast to what he saw last time. Verlander last time with the bases loaded, 1 out, threw 3 high fastballs. Rougned swung at all 3 of them and went back to the dugout. This time he's put a big curl in him.
Well, the way Verlander's throwing as the season ends, I'm sure gives the Tigers a good feeling about him for next year. And having traded David Price, they probably have some space and have to think they would be a prime candidate to sign a free agent this offseason.
Also had Anibal Sanchez on the disabled list for him this year. High and tight, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Odor, a .268 average. Got Hamilton at first, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Now 3-2. Verlander steadily climbing the ladder to Odor. He's climbing the ladder velocity-wise, too. With 2 outs now, Hamilton will get a running start from first, and Miguel Cabrera letting Verlander know he's going to play behind him. Hector Ortiz, the Ranger first base coach, letting Josh know where Cabrera actually is going. Josh on the move, the payoff pitch. Popped up. Coming in, Castellanos making the call, and he's called off by the shortstop, Machado, who makes the grab. And that will do it. Rangers get a base hit, but strand a runner. We finished 6 at Globe Life Park. The Tigers 7, the Rangers 1. Tonight's Ford game summary. Prince Fielder got the Rangers on the board, his 23rd home run of the year. A bullet into the wedgie. That tied the ball game at 1. But then, the next half inning, that gave the Tigers, Tyler Collins, a 3-run blast. And then, the capping blow of that inning, James McCann had that 2-run single that drove Colby Lewis from the game and gave the Tigers a 6-1 lead. It is now 7-1 as we go to the top of the 7th inning. Tanner Shepard has come out of the Ranger bullpen to take over on the hill. Shepard's appearing in his 42nd ball game of the year. He's 4-1. ERA still inflated a bit at 5.79. The league hitting just .250 against him. And Leonis Martin. Good to see Leonis back, getting his first action since coming off the disabled list in the rehab trail. He is out in center field. But Tanner Shepard's back to the plate. And McCann gets sawed off. Elvis on to first. And here's out number 1. Last time we saw Tanner Shepard in a ball game was last homestand. He worked an inning against the Seattle Mariners. He's worked 3 times since coming back to the big leagues. Came back on the 6th of September after the rosters had been expanded. Spent a little time at AAA trying to get himself back in order. Had the knee problems that sent him on the disabled list. Going the other way, Andrew Romine pokes a single to left field. His 2nd hit of the night.
Shortstop Dixon Machado.
No, 1 on, 1 out for Dixon Machado.
In 2013, when Tanner went 6-2 with a 1.88 ERA, only gave up 58 hits in 76 innings. The thing that he was able to do consistently that year was what he did to McCann, and that's run his fastball in on the fist to the right-hand hitters. He was knocking the bats out of their hand. That pitch right there.
Yep.
And when they swung at it, they didn't hit it. If you look for one of the things that he needs to do to get back to that form in 2013, that's to be able to locate that tailing fastball into the right-hand hitters. Keep it from being out over the plate where they can extend their hands and get the barrel of the bat on the ball. That looks like what he's trying to do right there, just a little bit too far inside.
2 balls and no strikes to count to Machado. Tanner, the 28-year-old out of Mission Viejo in Southern California. Chopper foul just beyond the bag at third. 2-1 now. Tanner originally put on the disabled list on the 2nd of August by the Rangers. Left knee problem. Rehabbed that at AAA. Had several outings down there trying to get things back in order. Pitch just a little bit low. And the count goes to 3-1. Machado hitting in the number 9 slot. Anthony Gose, the number 1 hitter, is in the on-deck circle. Three and 2. Sheppers checks first. Payoff pitch, runner on the move, and the pitch is chopped foul. Romine will retrace his steps back to first. And he will reset and try it again. Action in the Tiger bullpen. Blaine Hardy, left-hander, getting loose. Rangers will face left-handers the next 2 nights here from the Tigers. No time called. Tomorrow night, Daniel Norris, fine young southpaw, will be opposed by Cole Hamels. And then on Wednesday night, be Matt Boyd for Detroit. Giovanni Gallardo gets the start. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 on, 1 out. Runner on the move again, and again, it is chopped foul. Well, it looks like, Tom, that tailing and sinking fastball you're talking about for Tanner is getting there.
Yeah, it definitely looks like that's what he's trying to do tonight. Work on it, concentrate on it. That got him a lot of weakly hit ground balls that year.
Romine again on the move, and the pitch is low for ball 4. A 1-out single followed by a walk, 2 aboard with 1 out for the top of the order.
At the bottom of the order, Dixon Machado's had a good game. Had a couple of base hits and a walk now. Came into the game hitting .226. But he's done a pretty nice job with the bat tonight.
Sheppers now will face Anthony Gose, who has been aboard each of his last 2 times to the plate. He has doubled and walked. He has scored both times. He has a stolen base mixed in there. Gose, .254 hitter. Ball 1. Longest outing Tanner has had since he has come back to the big leagues, and against the Mariners back in his first game back on the 9th of September. Worked an inning and a third. Had a walk and a strikeout, gave up a run. Luke Jackson loosing in the Ranger pen. Sheppers with a 2-0 pitch. Outfield plays go slightly around to the left side. Infield plays into pull by a step or 2. Was able to hit that inside corner. Good fastball there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tanner checking around to see where everybody's positioned. Breaking ball just hung a little bit high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ghost will be followed by Tyler Collins, the number 2 hitter in the Tiger order. Payoff pitch from Shepard. Out of play down the left side. Tigers beginning a season-ending road trip. They finish up in Chicago against the White Sox after the 3 games here in Arlington. Shepard again with a 3-2. Call, strike 3.
It's a well-located fastball.
Tanner gets the punch out. 2 gone.
Like it had a little of that action that brought it back more toward the plate. Top of the zone. Definitely not inside.
Now Tyler Collins coming up now. Collins 1 for 3 tonight. That 3-run home run that he had in the 5th inning. The big blow in this ball game. That untied a game that was knotted at 1 at that point. 1 ball, no strikes. Collins also reached when he was hit by a pitch back in the 3rd. He is grounded out and flied out other than those 2 at-bats. .261 average for Collins. 4 home runs now with 20 RBI. Out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. Andrew Romine, the runner at second. Dixon Machado trailing him at first. 2-1. Shepard's peering in for the sign. And a fly ball out to left field. Josh Hamilton backpedaling a couple of steps. That will do it for the Tigers. No runs, 1 hit. They leave 2. We'll take the stretch at Globe Life Park in Arlington with the Tigers leading the Rangers 7-1. Tigers leading the Rangers 7-1. And Blaine Hardy has come out of the Tiger bullpen to take over, replacing Justin Verlander. Well, Blaine Hardy, a 28-year-old out of the Seattle, Washington area, on now, and his 69th appearance of the year. The oft-used left-hander is 5-3 with an ERA right at 3. And he will face the bottom of the batting order. Chris Jimenez starting things off, and Hardy pumps in strike 1. Jimenez 0 for 2 tonight. He has grounded out and struck out. Rangers got to Justin Verlander for 6 base hits, only 1 run, and the big escape act came in the 4th inning. Verlander loaded the bases after Prince Fielder's leadoff home run and escaped with no further damage done. You got Andrus, Odor, and Jimenez with the bases full in that inning. And that was the one big shot the Rangers had at Verlander. It's a good changeup from Hardy. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chris tonight, a ground ball to third his first time, but called out on strikes in the 4th inning. To right field, that's going to fall for a base hit. Well, Jimenez leads off the Rangers 7th with a base hit to right.
Well, there's a start. Rangers need a big inning. Got to get some base runners if they can't get something going.
Center fielder,
Leonis Martin has to feel good about being back in the lineup. Says his hand is feeling a little bit better. Still feeling pain, but pain's not going to go away for a while. Going to have to deal with it.
And Martin had surgery to remove the hamate bone. He had that surgery on the 26th of August, so just a little bit over a month ago, a month and 2 days ago. Pretty quick return. One ball or no balls and 2 strikes. Leonis Martin. Martin recalled from Round Rock as soon as he was given medical clearance. It was on the 20th of the month, 8 days ago. One and 2. Leonis was optioned by the Rangers down to AAA Round Rock on the 4th of August. He was hit by a pitch on the 17th in a AAA game. That's what broke the bone and necessitated the surgery. Gone on strikes here as Hardy gets his first punch out. What a way, Shin-Soo Choo coming up. And before Choo steps in, let's send it over to John Radigan for a Mazda game break. Shooting one to left center field by the dive of the shortstop Machado. All around the third goes Jimenez. So Chu with his first base hit of the night. Rangers now runners at the corners and 1 out for Prince Fielder.
Aggressive base running, even down 7-1 by your catcher. Ball's in front of him. Generally, that's station to station. The Rangers' best team in the major leagues, going first to third this year. And Chris Jimenez got a good jump, just kept right on going. Might as well get to third base. Try to pick up a run here, even if it's not a big inning, get a run closer. No throw to third.
Well, the Rangers trying to exploit the very difficult time the Tigers bullpen and rotation have been having this year. Tigers coming into play tonight had the worst team ERA by almost a third of a run. 4.69 the team ERA. Third fewest saves and the second most blown saves in the American League. Prince Fielder up there, a home run and a double in 3 trips. In the dirt, that's going to allow Chu to head to second, and he is in ahead of the throw.
It's never now in scoring position, takes away the double play.
A wild pitch advances Chu 90 feet. Former catcher Brad Osmus, now the skipper of the Tigers. A lot of controversy a few weeks ago about whether Brad Osmus would be retained or not, whether he was coming back next year. And it was about the time that Dave Dombrowski was let go by the Tigers as their general manager. And speculation was that Osmus was not going to be retained by Al Avila, the new GM.
I think Al Avila made a good choice and a fair choice. They really have had injuries this year. I don't think he can saddle the fate of this season on the manager necessarily, provided all the other things are solid. Work ethic, preparation. He's an intelligent guy, Ivy League guy. Catcher, knows the game, works hard, deserves to get another shot.
1-1 pitch is hit out to second base. Romine flip on to first. Jimenez scores. The RBI for Prince Fielder on the ground out. It's now a 7-2 Tiger lead. On to third goes Chu. He's here with 2 outs. And Adrian Beltre coming up. Yeah, just to finish that thought, Tom, you're right. And it's Al Avila came out this past week and said that Brad Osmus will indeed be back to manage the Tigers in 2016.
Victor Martinez has been hurt a lot of the year. Miguel Cabrera has missed a lot of time. They traded David Price.
Traded Price and Soria.
Yeah, so, you know, I think if you look at the personnel that he had to deal with this year, I think when you have that kind of a season, it's kind of an organizational season. Can't lay that one on the manager.
And Adrian skies to shallow right field. J.D. Martinez underneath it, makes the catch, and that'll do it. Well, the Rangers cut into the lead just a bit. They get a run on 2 hits and leave one after 7. It's the Tigers 7, the Rangers 2.
Fan the game. I was going to give it to this Kate Upton lookalike, but she didn't distract Verlander. Also, sit back down. How about Todd right here? That's right, comes all the way in from College Station. His sons took him here to the baseball game for a 55-year birthday. Congratulations, Todd. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I know you guys have been cheering for the Rangers all game long. Here's the bag.
Thank you.
And you guys are big Aggie fans, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, whipping it up all game long? There we go. All right, hopefully a comeback for your birthday tonight, Todd. Happy birthday, and congratulations. Appreciate it. There you go, Buzz.
All right, Knoxing. Well, we go to the top of the 8th inning, and Luke Jackson, young right-hander, on now to take over for the Rangers. Luke appearing in his 7th big league ball game this year. Dealing to Miguel Cabrera. And, welcome into this ball game real fast. Cabrera, a base hit in 3 official trips. He has driven in a run with a bases loaded walk. Luke Jackson worked in the Houston series on Saturday. And then gave up a home run to Jose Altuve, the first hitter he faced. And after that, nothing. Has Cabrera down in the count very quickly. No balls and 2 strikes. Chopper out towards short. Elvis will take it. 1 out. Now Stephen Moye will come up. Now Luke Jackson, and along with Andrew Faulkner, we've talked each time they come into the ballgame about their experiences changing from starters to relievers this year. Both of them started the year as a starter in the Ranger organization. And Rangers thought that one, if not both of them, would benefit by moving to the bullpen, get them to the big leagues quicker. They both got into the big leagues, and they've both done a very good job.
Yeah, sounds like a very successful experiment. I'm sure both kids are very happy with it to get to the big leagues that quickly. Doesn't mean they're locked into being a relief pitcher. They could always eventually become a starter, but right now it looks like they're both suited to the role that they're in. Jackson has a good assortment of pitches with a mid-90s fastball. Andrew looks like the kind of lefty that can come in and be very tough on lefties. Kind of throws from that little sidearm 3/4 angle with that slider. Should be a very difficult pitch for a lefty to hit. It's got a good fastball, 92, 94 miles an hour.
Yeah,
both of them look like keepers in that role.
And we need to say that when they made the transition, when that was suggested to them, the Rangers were in dire straits bullpen-wise at the big league level.
Yeah.
That was before any of the deadline trades. And so the Rangers were really searching for an in-house way to take care of the bullpen deficiencies. And they thought with Jackson and Faulkner, the kind of stuff that they have, and they've proven to be right, because they could pitch in the big leagues this year. They could be successful this year. Just the Rangers also then were able to go out and make upgrades to the bullpen by getting Dyson and Diekman. That really set the bullpen on a great course.
Yeah, both of these kids should go to spring training with an opportunity to make the team in a relief role next year. And they both had a great opportunity to pitch the last month and a half of the season in a pennant race too. The work they're getting now is pressure-packed work. Even though the game's 7-2, they've each pitched in games and points in games where the game was on the line and the game mattered. So they've gotten great experience.
And you always have the option too, let them go ahead and try and be starters again. They already have that development under their in their resume. So that's a possibility for next year also. Another 1-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Luke Jackson heating up Stephen Moye at 96 for the punch-out. 2 gone. Folks, this Sunday, the last game of the regular season, it's also Fan Appreciation Day. Join in the Fan Appreciation festivities and be sure to get to the ballpark early, since the first 30,000 fans will receive a voucher good for a free ticket in 2016. Visit TexasRangers.com. Call 972-RANGERS for your tickets. 2 outs. And J.D. Martinez takes a little bit low for ball 1. Martinez 0 for 4 tonight, although he did drive in a run last time up with the fielder's choice ground out. 2-0. Martinez, a .281 hitter. Luke Jackson, the high set. He's rearing back and saying, here it is. See what you can do with it.
Pretty good fastball, 96 miles an hour. Also has a big curveball that's a good pitch for him, too.
Jackson ready for the 2-1 pitch. 3-1. Tom Gorzolani, the veteran left-hander, loosening in that Tiger pen. Out of play, that fills the count. Luke Jackson, who made his major league debut against the Angels back on the 4th of the month, working in his 7th big league game now. Lost him. Ball 4, puts a runner on with 2 outs. Nick Castellanos now will come up and face Jackson. Mentioned that transition that Luke Jackson made. He started the year as a starter, went 2-1. At the ERA a little bit high. He's up in the mid-5s starting off the year, 5.60. Then once he made the transition to relief, in 34 appearances, he had a 3.68 ERA. He allowed just 1 home run in 34 innings. So showing promise. One ball and 1 strike to Castellanos, who is 2 for 4. Two balls and a strike. Tigers 7 runs on a dozen hits tonight. The Rangers 2 runs on 8 hits. J.D. Martinez, the runner at first. 2 outs here on the top of the 8th inning. Here's that big, slow curveball. 2-2. Jackson sets, a check of the runner. Luke's going to ask for a different baseball. Didn't like the feel of that one. Bruce Druckmann, the home plate umpire, complies. Castellanos back in the batter's box. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Backhanded by Elvis, the short way for the force, and that'll do it. No runs, no hits. The Walker left stranded. After 7.5, it's the Tigers 7 and the Rangers 2.
Bottom of the 8th here at Globe Life Park in Arlington, trailing the Detroit Tigers by a score of 7-2. This is the first of a 3-game series between these two teams. Game 2 tomorrow. Ian Kinsler expected to be back in the lineup going up against Cole Hamels, who has been on fire. 5-0 with a 2.63 ERA in his last 7 starts. He gets the ball for the Rangers tomorrow. Same time, same place, 7 o'clock here on Fox Sports Southwest. A big shout out to the folks at AT&T Uverse for getting us ready for Game 2 between the Tigers and the Rangers, guys.
All right, Em, thank you. The Rangers coming to bat here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Mitch Moreland will lead things off, and it's the veteran left-hander Tom Gorzolani to come in to start this 8th inning. Gorzolani, who has worked exclusively in the National League until he signed as a minor league free agent by the Tigers this January. I shouldn't say a minor league free agent. He signed as a free agent in January this year. Worked the last 2 years in Milwaukee. Prior to that, a couple of years in Washington, a couple with the Cubs, and his first 4 years over with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Mitch Moreland 1 for 3 tonight. Down on the count here, no balls and 2 strikes. Gorzolani very definitely falls in the crafty left-hander category. Throw a sinking fastball along with a slider and occasional changeup. It's the strikeout of Moreland for out number 1 here in the 8th inning.
He's got kind of a similar delivery, similar arm angle that we're talking about with Andrew Faulkner. Andy Faulkner's got better stuff, but he kind of drops down from that sidearm angle, and you can see the difficulty that that type of a delivery has on a left-hand hitter.
Yeah, and Gorzolani, you're talking about the comparison between he and Faulkner. Gorzolani was a starter for most of his early career.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really until, well, I guess his first year in Washington, they experimented with him relieving about half the time. And last year, the Brewers put him in the bullpen full time. Outside to Hamilton, 1 ball and 1 strike. Josh, a base hit and also a walk tonight in 3 trips to the plate, 1 for 2. Hamilton's average currently at .255. It's the outside corner. Gorzolani now on top of the count. And a ball and 2 strikes. Gorzolani out of the Chicago area. Back to the plate. Two and 2 now. Tigers into an extreme overshift. Infielders 3, almost all 4 of them on the right side. And the shortstop Machado close to the middle of the diamond. Broken bat, and a good thing that screen's there.
Boy, I'll say.
Cabrera underhands the Gorzolani for out number 2, and that bat would have been about 6 or 7 rows up had it not been for the screen with that jagged edge protruding. You know, the more you see of that too, and hits the screen like that, the more impetus I think it puts behind baseball's effort to put screens in all ballparks to protect the fans.
This year's been a bad year for balls and bats going into the stands for sure. I know it's something baseball will talk about. Whether or not it is implemented we'll find out, but certainly deserves discussion.
Elvis takes a strike. Nothing in one. Look at this thing coming back. Wow.
That's slow motion. When it's coming at you and spinning like that, you have no idea where it's going to end up.
Castellanos across the diamond. The Rangers down in order here in the 8th. We finished 8 innings at Globe Life Park tonight. It's the Tigers leading the Rangers 7-2 on Fox Sports Southwest.
Like those young ones have, it's 7-2 Tigers, but there is still plenty of reason to be enthusiastic and joyful at Globe Life Park in Arlington. After the game, we'll bring you a complete post-game wrap-up. John Radigan here. I'll be joined by Pudge Rodriguez and Mark McLemore, and, of course, Emily will work the clubhouse. We'll hear from the manager. Buzz and Tom will join us again, too. It's all coming up right after the game, and we will also update you on what the Astros and Angels are doing. The Rangers could reduce the magic number, even if they don't have a comeback in this one, guys. We'll get it back to you, but we'll have Rangers Live right after the game.
All right, John, thank you very much. Well, we go to the top of the 9th inning, and for the Rangers, 25-year-old right-hander Nick Martinez coming out of the bullpen to take over on the hill. And the first pitch is lined right into the glove of Rougned Odor.
There's been a bunch of line drives hit by the Tigers tonight. About 3 of them have just been a foot away from the middle infielder's gloves. That one was low enough, and that one was caught.
Numbers for Nick Martinez, his 24th appearance of the year, 7-7. A 3.99 ERA. The league hitting 276 against the right-hander out of Hialeah, Florida, by way of Fordham University. Last time we saw Nick was on the 20th of September against Seattle, right here in this ballpark. He worked 2 1/3 scoreless innings in relief. Pitch outside to Andrew Romine. Romine 2 for 3 officially tonight. Pair of singles. He's also been hit by a pitch. Switch hitter up there from the left side against the right-hander Martinez. 2 balls, no strikes. Nick recalled for the 3rd time this year, back on the 6th of the month. Jeff Anderson saying it's imperative that the Rangers have an idea of who's capable of helping them in the postseason to get that far, but find out which guys are going to be able to work out of the bullpen that were starters that can get the job done in long relief if necessary. So you have an option or 2 that you can go with. Nick Martinez, Chichi Gonzalez fit that category. Of course, Ross Ohlendorf, Anthony Bass. 3-2 pitch. Lost him. And Romine draws the 1-out walk. A 1-on, 1-out. Dixon Machado now will come up. You mentioned, Tom, the bottom of the order. That's the 4th time now that Romine's reached base tonight. Machado has been on 3 times. Takes a strike here. The bottom 2 guys getting it done, setting tables for the top of the order.
Yeah, Romine started the 1-run rally that they had in the 3rd inning. We talked about Machado starting the 5-run rally with a base hit. Yeah, they've done a nice job.
Chopper to third, Beltre bare hands and fires from down under to get Machado. On to second goes Romine, but they're now 2 outs. An amazing talent down there at third the Rangers have, Adrian Beltre.
Yeah, he probably had time to catch it with his glove, but he's so sure-handed. Either way is about the same to him on that kind of a ball. Takes a big hop. Just in case the runner gets down there a little quicker than you anticipated. And caught it barehanded and got it there quicker.
Just makes that look so casual and easy. Yeah, not a big deal. So 2 outs in Anthony Gose with his 6th plate appearance tonight. Gose 1 for 4, a double and a walk. 1 ball, no strikes. Dick nods in agreement. Now the 1-0. To left field, Hamilton back into his right, on the run, makes the catch. A little burst of speed from Josh Hamilton. That extra gear is still there when he needs it.
Well, that's a tester for your knee when you have to stop quickly like that.
Josh Hamilton, a very nice running play, and we're going to go to the bottom of the ninth with the Rangers trailing 7-2. Baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. By AT&T Uverse TV. Uverse has more live TV channels on the go than cable. And by your Texas Ford dealer. Visit your local Texas Ford dealer today. Ford is the best in Texas. Well, the Tigers leading the Rangers by a half, almost a half dozen, by 5, a handful. 7-2 as the Rangers come to bat here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Ruben Odor will lead things off, and 24-year-old left-hander Ian Kroll, the latest southpaw to come out of the Detroit bullpen. First pitch to him, to Odor, is ball 1. Kroll came over from the Nationals in the offseason prior to the 2014 season. The deal that sent Doug Fister to Washington. Rugden tonight 0 for 3. 2 balls and a strike. Kroll last year in Detroit in 45 ball games had no record, a 4.96 ERA. Two hopper out to Romine at second. Now Robinson Chirinos will get an at bat here tonight. Chirinos battling the shoulder miseries, his left shoulder. Just as soon as he thought he was ready to get back into action, he had another flare-up. So it's been a little bit back and forth for Robinson. 225 average for the year. 9 home runs, 33 driven in. Kroll with the 0-1 pitch. Chirinos and Carlos Corporan both went down with injuries right about the same time, at the end of July, and Rangers had to go out and get some people quickly. They called up Chris Jimenez from AAA. They went outside the organization on a waiver claim, got Bobby Wilson. Boy, those two have done a marvelous job since the trade deadline, the 31st of July. Come in, handle the pitching staff, and done a very, very good job. And hesitate to think where the ball club would be without the contributions of Jimenez and Wilson. A base hit down that right field line by Cabrera, headed toward the corner. Robinson Chirinos into second with a stand-up double. There you go, Robinson.
Not easy to sit on the bench for 3.5 hours and jump up there and hit a 93-mile-an-hour fastball.
Chirinos with his first hit since before he went on the disabled list at the big league level. He is aboard. Leonis Martin is being pinch hit for by Mike Napoli. Martin got one at bat, struck out. He took over for Delano DeShields. And Mike Napoli now is going to pinch hit here in the 9th inning. Napoli will no doubt start tomorrow's game and Wednesday's game against the left-handers.
Yeah, and it's a good opportunity to get a bat, stay sharp. Might be a time in the games to come, maybe in the Anaheim series where they bring in a lefty, Nap's on the bench and gets a chance to come in and pinch hit. So there's a good practice shot for that opportunity.
0-1 pitch from Kroll. Off the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, Knapp has not had a whole lot of success pinch hitting with the Rangers, but he has had a lot of success hitting against left-handers. He has hit .388 since he joined the Rangers in August against left-handed pitching. Pops that next pitch foul back over our heads and into the seats.
Well, the Rangers were struggling a little bit against lefties, not so much now. And Knapp figured prominently as a guy that could come over here and help them out. Cole has been a great hitter against lefties. He'll get some big at-bats coming down this last week, I guarantee it, against left-handed pitching.
2-2. Oh, very admirable. The crowd, what's left of the crowd of 27,000 plus, trying to get the Napoli chant going. Give Mike a little sense of security here at home. 2-2. Now full count. Well, Kroll all around the strike zone. He has run the string all the way out to Knapp. Napoli hitting in the leadoff spot to be followed by Shin-Soo Choo. Payoff pitch. Out of play down the right side. I saw one example of the rally hat there in evidence every manner possible. There's the half rally. Roll again with a 3-2. Lost him. Knapp draws the walk. 2 on with 1 out. Well, don't go away quite yet, folks. Jeff Jones, the Tiger pitching coach, going to go out and remind Ian Kroll that hey, there's a 7 in our run column. They only have 2 in theirs. Let's not be walking people to make up. There's the traditional inverted rally cap. Now Mike Napoli will be substituted for. Pinch running Drew Stubbs will take over at first base. There's Drew.
Number 15, Bruce Stubbs running first base.
Stubbs at first. Chirinos down at second. 1 out. Rangers still a couple of base runners away from having a tying run come up. Shin-Soo Choo 1 for 4 tonight. Takes ball 1. Choo's single was in his last at bat. That was in the 7th inning. High and tight, knocked him down. Talked about Choo's lack of indecision. It's very important here. You need to decide to get out of the way of that quickly.
Amazing how quick you can get out of something, how fast your body can move when it has to.
And that pitch inside. 3 balls and no strikes.
Kroll struggling right here with his command. They just put a nice rally on the Astros the other day.
Yep.
Didn't quite finish it off, but they were in position to finish it off.
3-0 to Choo. Kroll to the plate. Ball 4, that loads him up. Prince Fielder coming up. And he is not going to face Kroll. Neftali Feliz is coming out of the Tiger bullpen to face his former team. So a double and 2 walks. Rangers with Prince Fielder coming up. The tying run will be in the on-deck circle. Neftali Feliz will come in to face Prince. And the rally hats getting more numerous out here. Jump on the bandwagon, folks. No, pitching change underway here at Globe Life Park. Rangers making a mad rush here in the 9th inning to see if they can't get back in this game. Tigers leading 7-2. We're back after this. On hand here tonight, the majority of them have left the premises, but people who have stayed, they got their rally hats out and on, and they were delighted in booing Neftali Feliz as he was introduced by Chuck Morgan. Feliz in his 47th game, and of course the Rangers designated Neftali for assignment and was claimed off waivers by the Detroit Tigers. He will be facing Prince Fielder, who tonight lashed a Justin Verlander pitch into the wedgie in right field. Solo home run. Then the next time up, how about a hanging curveball? And maybe a little bit more altitude, he would have 2 home runs. Up there with the bases loaded, and Feliz throws a fastball by the swing of Prince Fielder.
One thing when Neffy came in, you never really knew how hard he would be throwing at the beginning. Sometimes it was 91 and 92, and it might end up 96 or 97. He pumped up for this outing, came in firing away at 96 with that first fastball.
27-year-old right-hander from the Dominican Republic. Tried the breaking ball, and Prince laid off of it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Feliz last worked 2 nights ago. It's the Minnesota Twins. He has Chirinos, the runner at third. Drew Stubbs, the pinch runner at second. Shin-Soo Choo is at first. 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning. Rangers trailing by 5. Need to get 1 more base runner to bring that tying run to home plate. High and tight. 2-1. Feliz has a couple of saves in his last 5 outings. Prince would love to get it over the fence right here. Out of play. 2-2 now the count. The Rangers had the bases loaded back in the 4th inning, and really a turning point in the ballgame. At that time, Fielder had homered. Rangers loaded the bases with nobody out and did not score. And that seemed to be just the impetus the Tigers needed to break things open. They put 5 on the board the next half inning.
Yeah, they had Verlander on the ropes that inning. He had to throw a lot of pitches, but man, you talk about pitching out of a jam. Pitched out of a jam like the veteran all-star that he is.
Yep. Feliz, an all-star with the Rangers. Prince Fielder, also an all-star with the Rangers. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Oh, that might have been his best swing of the year right there. High fastball, 98 miles an hour. He was right on it, boy.
Yes, he was.
That's as hard as Neffy can throw it. And that's as hard as Prince can swing it. Ended up in a draw.
We'll do it again. Still 2-2. Prince fouling off some pretty tough pitch. That was like a straight changeup from Feliz.
Last 4 pitches have been 97, then a changeup, 98, then a changeup. Been a little bit out in front of the changeups, but he fouled them off and hung in there with him.
Ranger fans hooting and hollering for Prince to unleash one. This one's popped up. Coming back, McCann, he's going to run out of room as that ball back about 8 rows. And again, Fielder just able to get a piece of that off-speed pitch. That looked like the slider. Brad Ausmus, the Tiger skipper, along with Jeff Jones, their pitching coach. The Tigers, of course, eliminated a while back from any postseason contention.
Quite a battle. This will be the 9th pitch to Prince.
2-2 the count. Feliz, belt high set. Inside, 3-2. Getting ready. Fielder to be followed by the cleanup hitter, Adrian Beltre. Never ever quit indeed. Three-two.
Boy, you talk about a battle. Nuffy's got good stuff tonight. He's throwing everything he's got. He's throwing 3 good changeups that Prince has fouled off. He's had his best swing at a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Throwing a good fastball for a ball. He worked the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. This will be the 11th pitch. With Feliz throwing his best shots and Prince hanging in there with his best swings.
Fielder back in. Feliz looking in for the sign. 3 Rangers on base taking their leads. Previous matchups, Prince 1 for 3 against Necker. A lot of noise coming up now. Another 3-2 pitch. Base hit to center field. 1 run is home. Stubbs being waved around. He will score. Fielder with a 2-run single. The Rangers coming back. It is 7-4 Detroit.
Well, Prince has had a lot of great at-bats this year. That has to be one of the best ones, though. 11 pitches with a pitcher throwing 98 miles an hour with a pretty decent changeup. He threw him a slider in there. And Prince battled all the way and not only got a hit, but ripped a rope to center field. What an unbelievable at bat. Pitch on the out. Well, it's out. Not even a strike.
Yeah.
About 2 or 3 inches outside. He still ripped it up the middle. Man, that was fun to watch.
So Rangers again going to the bench for a pinch runner. Ryan Strasburger has brought his wheels out to first base. He will take over for Prince Fielder. So Prince Fielder, a huge 2-run single. He now has 3 RBI tonight and another multiple hit game for Fielder. Here's Beltre, who represents the tying run in this ball game. Feliz drops in the slider for strike 1. Beltre 1 for 4 tonight and a single back in the 4th inning. Got Chu at second, Strasburger at first. Feliz with the 0-1.
Well, just like against the Astros, the Rangers have rallied to where they get the tying run to the plate. Well, a couple of shots at it unless they turn a double play.
Oh, and 2. Foul back just to our left. Still nothing in 2. Drew Verhagen, who had been up earlier in the ball game, now up and throwing again. One ball, 2 strikes. Beltre not biting on that slider. Ian Kroll started this inning. Got Odor to ground out and then gave up the double to Chirinos and walked both Napoli and Chu, and that was the end of the night for him. Lees came on, gave up a 2-run single to Fielder. Double play ground ball to short. They turn it over, and that will do it. Well, the Rangers come back. They do get the tying run to home plate. Can't convert, however, and the Tigers pull out of here with a 7-4 win tonight. Well, the Rangers, they did what you could do. You got the tying run to the plate. That's all you can ask in that 9th inning. Just could not get the big hit to complete the comeback. And they lose 7-4 tonight, the first of 3 with the Tigers. We'll be back with more to Globe Life Park right after this on Fox Sports Southwest.